You're watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Orem Stadium here at Alamo Heights, the campus here of Alamo Heights, where Medina Valley getting set to take on the Mules, and the Panthers coming into this game with a 4-4 record on the regular season, but they're, 3-2 in district play.
In the midst of a 3-game
winning streak, coming off wins against Kennedy, Uvalde, and then Memorial, and the Panthers need a win here tonight, Maury. It's going to be this is a big game for Medina Valley.
Yeah, playoff implications definitely. And the other big game we're going to keep you informed in tonight is the Lockhart-Kerrville-Tivy game, which has some implications as well. Right now you have 5 teams vying for 4 spots. Kerrville-Tivy and Bernie Champion have already claimed a playoff spot. So, you know, it's down between Medina Valley, Lockhart, and these Alamo Heights Mules tonight. 2 out of the 3 make the playoffs. 1 stays home. And Jared, we're not going to get into the positive points, plus points, whatever. The fact of the matter is, Medina Valley, this is a must-win.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to win this ball game, and it's Parents' Night here at Orem Stadium. This is their last home game, I believe, as they end their season on the road at Bernie Champion next week, and so. You know, a win here against Heights, they have to play Champion next week. There's a lot of things that can happen in this tonight and next week. There's a lot of things that can happen.
And Medina Valley's going to play next week the number 5 or 6 team in the state, the Kerrville-Tivy Antlers. So it's not going to get any easy for the Panthers. That's why they need to take care of business tonight, and that'll go a long ways for one of the 4 playoff spots that are available.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Marion. One of the things we're going to talk a little bit about the keys to the game that we think here in a little bit. I just want to set everybody up here. We're in the stands here at Orem Stadium like we were in Uvalde. We're right on the 50-yard line in Medina Valley's bleachers. Not able to get in the press box here at Alamo Heights, and that's always been an issue. But we're set up here in the stands. And we're trying to get Alamo Heights rosters. It's been very hard to get them. They're not even handing them out to the fans here on this side. So if we start the game without them, just know we're trying to get you rosters for Alamo Heights. We have our own rosters, but, you know, we're trying to get one for them.
We will be able to give you the numbers, but we won't be able to give you the names until we get a roster. And as Jared mentioned, there are no cheerleaders or any band members or anything, any of their staff selling programs right now. So we're looking for some as we go, but we'll do the best we can. As Jared mentioned, we always have Medina Valley's roster with us. We carry it along with us, so we'll always have that. But Jared, with the exception of it being a little cooler, no breeze, it's actually pretty comfortable evening to play. That the weather shouldn't affect the players that much. It's a little cooler, but in this situation, they know the importance of the game coming up, and the elements won't bother them whatsoever. There won't be a wet football to worry about, so just a little bit of cool, and that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was up to about 65 today during the day. It's supposed to drop down to about 50 by about 10 o'clock. So, but like Maury said, there's no wind blowing here. It's actually a good night for football. You got hunting season starting in the morning. This is a great night here, and hopefully we can cap it off with a Panther victory. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll come back and kind of talk about the keys to the game. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Truck Month is back at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealership, where you'll get upfront posted pricing with no surprise dealer add-ons. Like on the 2020 Colorado Crew Cab V6, posted at $25,995, plus 3.63% financing for 75 months. Or the all-new 2020 Silverado Texas Edition, posted at only $29,999, or lease for just $330 a month with 0 down. Plus, get a no-charge spray-in bed liner and window tint. With deals like like these, it's easy to see why more people are buying from North Park Chevrolet than ever before. Find new roads and experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, a proud member of the Kalig Auto Group, and a J.D. Power 2019 Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Highest rated dealer based on sales volume and customer satisfaction. Call 210-640-3184 for full price details. For J.D. Power 2019 DOE information, visit jdpower.com/DOE.
Headed after the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Garner Abstract and Land Company, the title company with professional service and a personal touch. Garner services real estate transactions, buying, selling, and construction loans for commercial and residential. They specialize in land development and farm and ranch. Garner, offering a commitment to professionalism, confidentiality, and personal service combined with the latest technology. Garner Abstract and Land Company will work to earn your trust. Garner Abstract and Land Company, 830-346-1367. Broadcasting for Medina Valley, the state of Texas, America, and
space, the final frontier.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Orem Stadium as they play the Medina Valley alma mater right now. And we're getting ready for this matchup between Medina Valley and Alamo Heights. And as we talked about, this is a very big matchup for both teams. Playoff implications are on the line here for these teams. And if you're Medina Valley, you started off 0-2 in district play. You're 3-2 now. You put yourself right in the running here. Coach Chris talked 3 weeks ago on our show, Sports for Supper, about, one play here and there, Panthers pushing up that hill and that boulder just rolling back on them. They've gotten it over the top, and they're going down the other way like they should be. Hopefully they can continue that here against an Alamo Heights team that likes to throw the football.
Well, not only do they like to throw the football, Jared, they have the size on the outside. Panthers have a kind of a smaller type of defensive back, and you're really going to have to worry about positioning tonight with your secondary. Your secondary is going to be a big part. You need the pressure up front, which the defensive front four has done a great job these last few weeks in putting pressure on the opposing quarterbacks. And your linebackers have to be very, very active. And, Jared, the main thing is you got to eliminate the big plays.
Yeah, that to me, that's one of the biggest keys is eliminating the big plays. If they're going to beat you, make them drive it down the field on you and score. Don't let them have a 60, 70-yard touchdown. And the other thing I think for Medina Valley is going to be you can't turn the ball over, and you have to eat possession. You have to move the football, but move it methodically, run the clock down, because against a team like this, you want to limit their possessions. And if Medina Valley can do that, they're going to be in good shape late in this football game.
Well, you take the game that they played, the Mules played against Lockhart, 56-49. That's not the kind of ball game Medina Valley is set to.
No, they're not really set for a shootout.
To win. You're not going to be able to. I don't think you're going to be able to win one of those shootout games. I'm looking at something maybe a 28-21 game would be right down, the Panthers' alley, cutting, the big plays down, because the Panthers, although we can score quick, we don't have the breakaway speed that can go 80 yards as often as some of these other teams. So you got to play the discipline. You got to stay in your game and do what you do best.
Yeah, and don't get behind the down markers if you're Medina Valley. Don't get behind the sticks. You can't. You got to limit those penalties and things like that, and they've been very good about that. But here in a big game, you have to limit those. You can overcome them against a Memorial or a Kennedy, but you're not going to overcome penalties like that against Alamo Heights.
Exactly, and we always talk about different places where you go, how hard it is, and just from my experience here, the games that I've come and watched here with Medina Valley and Alamo Heights, this kind of is I call it Uvalde Junior, because it's kind of the same situation. Strange things always happen here. It always comes down to a fluke thing here, a fluke thing there, or maybe one penalty here and one penalty there. So let's take it out of the officials' hands. Let's get a clean game, both sides, and let's have the game won in between the hash marks instead of the guys wearing the black and the white.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Marion. if you're the Panthers here, you know, your run game is going to be very important here. But I think that this game, honestly, is going to come down to Charlie Marsh's ability to throw the football. And if they can get Haney in some space with the speed that he has, I think he's going to have to be utilized at some point in this game. I mean, you're going to be able to run the ball against them probably and move it, but at some point they're going to pinch down and they're going to force you to throw the football, and I think Marsh is going to have to step up and have a big game tonight.
Well, Haney needs to have a big game, and I'm thinking the key to tonight's game is you got to get number 3 the ball also.
Yep.
You got to get Mason Doyen.
Yes.
You know, you got Haney that came around, and he's kind of, I'm not saying the go-to guy, but he's kind of been one of Charlie's favorite targets. But you can't remember the catches that Mason Doyen's made in traffic, too. He could be the key to this ball game with them keying on number 18. I look for number 3 to have a big game tonight.
Yeah, and when you look at the defensive side of the football for Medina Valley, Coach Chris was on the show Wednesday night talking about that they have a couple of targets, about 3 targets at the wide receiver and tight end position, and one of them's pretty tall. You know, one of those you can throw it up to, and he's going to go up and get it. I think discipline from your cornerbacks and from your defensive backs is going to be a key here. Turn around and look for the football, make a play on it. Don't play the man because you're going to get caught in pass interference penalties and things like that, and you don't want to extend drives for these guys. I think having your head on a swivel and looking for the football is going to be a key for the defensive backs.
Well, and 9 games into the season, I think you're going to see the healthiest Medina Valley has been in a long, long time. 9 games into the season. You were missing one of the running backs last week in Wesley Pardo with a high ankle sprain. He is back. He's not 100%, but he's going to give it a go, and we should see him on the field. Other than that, Jared, I think the Panthers are pretty much injury-free. Just see if we can keep it going and keep the momentum going as the Panthers are on a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah.
4 games would be lovely.
And one of the things that everyone needs to remember is that Medina Valley special teams have been very big in the last 2 out of the last 3 weeks. And against a team like Alamo Heights, a special teams play could be the momentum swing the Panthers need. I would look for a block punt or a return or something to the field position is going to be a big deal here in this game, I think.
That, and you also need to cover.
Yes.
You
have to cover the kick.
Panthers have been susceptible a couple times to giving teams short field on the kickoff, not getting down there. But the key to that right now is going to be Tomaselli, Bullard, and those young guys on the special teams to keep making those plays, and you'll be in good shape.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And we're getting ready for the national anthem here. And as they come out, whenever they start that, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break.
Colors are getting to midfield.
As they go through the color guard bearers, and we're going to go ahead and take a break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community 80 years ago, and for 80 years we've delivered safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to be a part of this community and continue to serve beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, giving back to libraries, hosting safety presentations, and so much more. We belong to this community and are honored to do so. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at medinaec.org.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I mean, I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
Nothing but the best sports coverage for Medina Valley.
He really grows on you, doesn't he?
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
He's not going to be a cat. Welcome back here to Orem Stadium as we're getting set for this matchup. We played the national anthem, and all we have to do now is the coin toss as we wait for the captains to come out on the field. For Alamo Heights, looks like they're going to send number 7, Kobe Love, their quarterback. Number 19, John Miller, a wide receiver who is in jeans and street clothes.
Number 25.
And that is Mac Flynn, a defensive back, senior defensive back.
I was going to say I remember that name from last year.
For the Panthers, they're going to send out number 9, Charlie Marsh, number 45, James Gibson, number 22, Grant Snyder, and number 58, Trace Ferguson are your captains for the Panthers. And so as they meet at midfield for the coin toss, as we mentioned earlier, we're on the visitors' side here, so we're looking straight across at the home press box. This is a turf field here at Alamo Heights, a beautiful stadium that they have here, the track around the outside. You have in the center of the field, there's the AH in the circle, blue and gold, the AH facing the home stands. The scoreboard's to our left, down past the goal post down there in the end zone. In the end zones here, down to our left end zone, it says Mules. To the right, it says Heights in blue with gold trim. Uniforms tonight for Alamo Heights. They wear their blue jerseys with white pants, white numbers, gold helmets with the AH on the side for Alamo Heights. For the Panthers, they wear the white jerseys with black pants, orange numbers, black helmets with the orange MV and the Panther logo, and on the other side, the orange numbers. To me, class, yeah, and the play clocks on both ends. No wind blowing here at the stadium. The flag down to the left side behind the scoreboard is limp here as we are ready to start the game. And I think, did Medina Valley win that toss? Panthers won the toss and deferred to the second half. And so Alamo Heights is going to get the ball to start, and that's what Medina Valley's done all year. Put that defense out there first, get a stop, get your offense out on the field.
And you get the ball to start the second half.
That's exactly right. Because we all know how important that first drive of that second half can be. As we get ready for this game, Pablo Sandoval will get ready to boot it away from Medina Valley.
He has turned into be a weapon.
Yeah, he has.
Foot this year.
He has. Hit a couple of field goals, one against Memorial. Actually, 2 against Memorial. He hit a 26-yarder, and I think he hit one from about 36 also. Yep. Back deep to receive for the Mules, number 5, Aaron Proctor. I remember him from last year. Looks like number 23, also George Flesher, a sophomore running back. And those are your 2 deep men. And so Sandoval ready as it teed up on the 40-yard line on the near hash. Ready to put his right foot into it, and we're ready to get going here. 48 minutes of football here for big playoff implications here. If the Panthers want any chance to get in the playoffs, they have to win this game here tonight. Sandoval has it teed up, and we're ready to go. Puts his right foot into it. Low line drive kick is going to be taken at about the 12-yard line. Starts up to the 20, 25. A big holder run through to the 35, and it closes up around the 38-yard line. And good field position for Alamo Heights to start. It'll be 1st and 10 Heights from around the 38-yard line.
It was drugged down on the play by Diego Morales. So good starting field position, Jared. Actually, the ball was kicked deep, but the guy in the middle went back and caught it in between the 2 guys flanked to the side of him.
And so Alamo Heights comes out here in the pistol. Kobe Love, the quarterback. 1 back. They have 3 wide out right. 1 to the left here as they move right to left. Now they empty the backfield. Love to throw. Quick hitter out to the right on a swing pass, complete up to the 35, makes a man miss up the field to the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds around the 45-yard line, a pickup of about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
Dawson Grove forcing the receiver out of bounds. Just a little quick out, and he enabled to get him to the corner and got 8 yards.
That was George Flesher on the reception, sophomore who was in the backfield. Out of the pistol again. They have 2 wide on each side. Now they empty the backfield. 3 wide to the left. Takes the snap, looking to throw, sets up, fires right side, complete up to midfield, and he's knocked down right away, but he picks up 5 yards and a 1st down.
Tyler Mangum on a stop there along with Grant Snyder. No yards after the catch. He just got enough to get to the 1st down marker.
Ball spotted right at midfield. 30 seconds gone here in the 1st quarter. Love out of the gun. 3 wide, they send a man in motion. Hand the ball up the middle to Fleshler, and he's stopped to right around the 47-yard line. Pickup of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Mules.
Grant Snyder on the stop there for Medina Valley.
Right back to the line of scrimmage quickly here with 4 wide. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Sets up, fires left side, complete out here near the 40-yard line, and he's going to be taken down, but he's got a 1st down. That's number 11 on the reception, Billy Kahn.
Tomaselli and Weir on the stop for Medina Valley.
Back to the line of scrimmage quickly. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Sends a man in motion. They hand it on and in around. Trying to get to the outside. Turning it up the field to the 35, and he's pushed out of bounds. Picks up close to 3 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Taylor Weir stretching the play out for Medina Valley. Forces the running back out of bounds.
That was Aaron Proctor on the carry on the end around.
They're not wasting any time in between plays.
Back to the line of scrimmage quickly here from the pistol. Trips out to the left. They'll send a man in motion. That's Burke, right to left. Load up on the left side. Takes the snap. Quarterback wants to pitch it on the option. Makes the pitch. Got some room to run to the 30. And he's dragged out of bounds. Close to the 25-yard line, but a 1st down for the Mules.
Tomaselli on the stop there for Medina Valley.
They just loaded up that left side and ran the quarterback right behind him. 10:18 to go 1st quarter. No score yet in the ball game. Out of the gun, Love, empty backfield, 5 wide. Takes the snap, looking to throw with time, sets up, fires left side, incomplete. Didn't look like he was on the same page with his intended receiver, Kahn.
Had good pressure up the middle for Medina Valley, forced him to throw a little bit early. J.J. Marty putting pressure in the face of Love, the quarterback.
2nd down and 10 here for the Mules. 3 wide receivers out right here. Love out of the pistol. Fleshler is back, takes the snap, hands it to Fleshler up the middle, a little bit of room, makes a cutback, almost spun away from the tackler, gets down to the 11-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
Weir and Mangum on the stop for Medina Valley. Good gain on 2nd and long.
Gets to the 12-yard line. It's 3rd down and 3 coming up here for the Mules. First 3rd down of the ball game. Out of the shotgun. Fleshler to his right. 3 wide receivers here for Alamo Heights. They send a man in motion. They hand it to Fleshler up the middle, and I don't think he's going to have the 1st down. He's going to be short, maybe got 1 yard.
Grant Snyder right at the line of scrimmage, along with Zach Hecker on the play. That's going to bring up 4th down decision time now for the Mules.
No gain on the play. It's going to be 4th down and 3.
Tried that little inside handoff, and the Panthers were right there.
They're going to go for it here with 9:23 to go in the 1st quarter. Out of the pistol, they'll send a man in motion. Everybody to the right side. 4 wide, takes the snap. They're going to run the option. Has to pitch it out, looking for some room to run. Cuts it upfield. He's going to get the 1st down just across the 15 to the 14-yard line. And that option worked. They needed 3 yards and got 4.
Ferguson on the stop. But that was a good read by the quarterback, Love. He carried that play out till the last minute.
Out of the pistol here. 3 wide to the left. 1 out right on 1st down. Takes the snap. Love throws quick right side, complete out to Burke, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2 to go.
Bippert on the coverage, forcing him out of bounds. No yards after the catch.
Panther defensive backs are playing cushion over there. They're just sitting down in that gap. They're eventually going to have to come up to the line of scrimmage.
Feels more condensed right now.
Yeah. Out of the pistol here on 2nd down and 2. From the 5, takes the snap, hands it to Fleshler up the middle. He's going to get a first down probably. It's going to be 1st down and goal. He's very close to the 1st down marker.
Ferguson and Hecker on the stop. Barely got I don't think
he didn't get it. He got maybe a yard. It's 3rd down and a long yard to go. Out of the pistol again, takes that snap, going to throw left side to the end zone. He throws it over the head of everybody. That was number 84, Benton Voorhees on the intended receiver, and it's going to be 4th down and a yard.
Now they're going to bring on the field goal unit, it looks like.
And don't be surprised for some trickery here. You got to stay at home here.
Tomaselli on the coverage there, great coverage, and he's given up about 8 inches or 6 inches on height there.
And they talked in the show about that. This is going to be a 21-yard attempt. Fong being the kicker here, right in the center of the field. Good snap, gets the kick up, and he drills it through. So with 8:22 to go in the first quarter, your score, Alamo Heights 3, Medina Valley nothing. But, when you look at how Alamo Heights moved the ball there, you only held them to 3 points in the end.
I would consider that a victory there. Jared quickly moving, and they converted on 1 3rd down, but did not want to go on 3rd and a little bit longer as the Panthers stiffened up, bent, but did not break, Jared. And I tell you what, I take that as a plus.
Yeah, absolutely. There, and 8:19 to go. They ate some clock off. They only got 3 points out of that, though. And, they went for it on 4th down earlier, converted it, didn't want to go on 4th and 1, take the points. Now Medina Valley's going to get the ball here, and, we'll see what their offense can do first time out on the field.
And the difference in yards between what it would be for if they'd have tried a field goal the first time was only a difference of 9 yards.
Yeah. So for the Panthers, you're going to have Haney, Mangum, and Bippert back deep to receive for Medina Valley.
Like number 10 will be handling the kickoff duties, and the kickoff is sponsored by?
Royce Grove, Valley Mart, and Exxons. And that's going to be Cole Crosby, the kicker, a senior, a quarterback/kicker. Doesn't kick their field goals as we saw here, but handles their kickoff duties here. And so 3 men back deep to receive here for the Panthers.
A little bigger in stature than Fong, the kicker that kicked the field goal.
And he'll boot it away, a high end-over-end kick that's going toward the sideline. Bippert will field it at the 14. Up to the 20, 25, and he's taken down right across the 25 at the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Medina Valley.
Scott Mahia on the stop there for the Mules.
And we'll see that Panther offense come out for the first time. I'd like to remind everybody that the girls volleyball will be taking on Highlands Tuesday night at South San Durbin Center at 7:30. That's the first playoff game for the Panther volleyball team.
Tuned into the Medina Valley Broadcast Network as Dwayne and Jeff will be doing the coverage of that volleyball match.
And so here comes that Panther offense out on the field. Marsh out of the shotgun. Gibson is loaned back with 4 wide. They send a man in motion. That's Pardo, and we got flags fly right away, and that's going to be a delay of game against the Panthers. Can't get that first play off here, and it's 1st down and 15. And so Medina Valley already behind the chains here. 1st down, 15 to go here on a 5-yard delay of game penalty to start their offensive possession. Wesley Pardo back in the lineup for the Panthers here this evening. He missed the game against Memorial last week. The Panthers will send 4 wide. Gibson the lone back. Panthers move left to right. They'll send Pardo in motion. Takes the snap. Marsh going to run it himself left side, and he's tackled right away. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. 2nd down and 15 for the Panthers.
Alexander Arnold on the stop, one of the defensive tackles for the Mules.
Heights with a 4-man front there on defense. 7:53 and counting. 2nd and 15 here for the Panthers. Split backs, Pardo and Gibson. 2 wide out to the right here near side of the field. Ball on the left hash. Marsh takes that snap, hands it to Gibson. Gibson looking for some room up to the 25, across to the 30, and he's taken down. Good run there by Gibson. It's going to bring up 3rd down and manageable here for the Panthers.
William Stetson on the stop, but not before Gibson gets ahead of steam.
Should be should be 3rd down and 6 here for Medina Valley. Looks like 3rd and 7. Need to get to the 37 for a first down. Ball's at the 30. Panthers out of the gun. 4 wide receivers. Gibson the lone back. First 3rd down for Medina Valley here. Marsh takes the snap, looking to throw, sets up, fires it. Gibson complete at the 30, makes a man miss, trying to get to the 35, and he's going to be a couple of yards shy of the first down. Just spotted across the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and about a yard and a half.
Parker Klump on the stop. Gibson avoided the first tackler, got a few more yards, but Panthers just couldn't overcome that 5-yard penalty on first down.
Yep, and it's 4th down and long yard and a half, 2 yards to go here, and the Panthers will have to punt. Back deep to receive for Alamo Heights.
Looks like number 8.
No, that's got to be 9 then, Joshua
9.
Galindo. And the punt is away, a pretty good one here, and it's going to roll inside the 20 and actually roll dead at the 20-yard line, so a good punt there. And Alamo Heights will have worse field position than they did on the opening kickoff here. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20.
Ragosa downs it for the Panthers.
And we'll see what kind of adjustments the Panthers made after that opening defensive possession here as Alamo Heights comes out for the second time, leading 3-0 here.
Not much of a break the defense got there on the sidelines.
Yeah, you went 3 and out. Love out of the pistol. 4 wide receivers. Fleshler is back. They empty the backfield now. Takes the snap. Love, quick hitter out to the right. It's complete out to Proctor, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Gets 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down, 5 to go.
Tomaselli and Mangum on the stop for Medina Valley.
So Proctor made that reception out of the slot position there, and it's 2nd and 5. Love from the pistol again. Flesher going to give to him with looking for some room to run, and he's bottled up at the line of scrimmage.
That was it.
There you go.
On.
You're going to get the late hit, and that was, I mean, you can say what you want there, but the whistle blew, and he basically suplexed him down.
Yeah, that was Taylor Weir going to get the 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep. And, I mean, that you saw, I could feel that coming. You know, the whistle had blown. We could hear it up here.
And Zach Hecker did a good job fighting off the blocker, hit the running back right at the point of the line of scrimmage and gave no gain. But that's right there. That doesn't show. That's hidden yardage right there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we talked before the game about not giving him anything here. You can't help this offense out, and you'd have had him in the 3rd and 5 situation, and now it's 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Out of the pistol here, Love. They empty the backfield. 5 wide receivers. Love takes the snap, looking to throw, left side, sets up, fires complete. Proctor up to the 34, or up to the 44 rather, taken down right away. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 7.
We're on the stop. Good tackle in open space there.
And they don't have it marked right here.
They actually gave him more than
what he had. The lines judge on the other side of the field marked that, not the one closest to the ball.
Get an extra yard on that play.
And now a timeout taken by Alamo Heights. And when you think about it, the lines judge over here had him 2 yards shorter than what he was. The one on the far side's the one who marked it. The guy right in front of the play is not the one saying where the ball should be spotted, and they give him another 2 yards.
About a yard and a half difference. But to go back to that 2nd down play where the Panthers had him stopped, that was definitely, the right call.
Yeah.
A little bit of extra, and if you just don't body slam him afterwards, the running back had stopped, and, just continuation with the play, standing to the ground, and that's going to draw a flag every time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I understand.
Because we would have been lobbying the same way if it had been the other way.
Because I know, you're fired up and you want to hit somebody out here, your linebacker wanting to hit, but, you gotta listen for that whistle.
Yep. And we could hear up here, so I know they heard it down there.
2nd down and 6 to go here for the Mules as they use their first timeout. Timeout brought to you by Gardner Abstract. And the Heights Mules come straight to the line of scrimmage here with 5:28 to play here in the first quarter. Love out of the pistol. 4 wide receivers. Now they send Flesher out to the right, empty the backfield. 5 wide. Takes that snap, looking to throw quickly out to Proctor, complete up to the 35, trying to dance around. Gets up to about the 47-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3.
Weir and Tomaselli on the stop. And see, that case, the running back, they blew the whistle, and he's kept going. You got to call it both ways.
Yep.
If you're going to blow the whistle, you can't have the offensive guy plow into you afterwards either.
So 3rd down, 3 to go here. Ball at the 47-yard line. Or make it the 48, rather. Out of the pistol here, emptied the backfield. Takes the snap, looking to throw, sets up, fires, right side, complete, 1st down to the 45, and he's taken down right away. Pass was complete to number 21, Blake Burke.
Pecker and Groff on the stop. Stubing almost got his hand in there and knocked that ball away just a little late on the coverage.
1st and 10 from the Panther 45-yard line as they move across midfield. Out of the pistol, they'll send a man in motion. Every wide receiver to the left of the formation. They're going to run the option this way. Gets hit, fumble. Ball's loose on the ground. Flesher picks it up, looking to run. Gets up to the 40, and he's going to be dragged down back at the Alamo Heights 40-yard line. A loss of 15 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 25.
Dawson Groff and Grant Snyder on the stop. A lot of Panthers had an opportunity at him. It looked like he was going to break free for a few more yards, but the Panthers got him right back there. That's a big play.
Yep. 2nd down, 25 to go here.
J.J. Marty was putting pressure on the quarterback, forced him to pitch a little prematurely.
Yeah, and he pitched it right past the back Flesher. Empty backfield. Love takes the snap, looking to throw, sets up, looking to fire. He throws it over the head of everybody. Intended receiver was Proctor, and it's 3rd and 25.
If that ball would have been thrown where Proctor could catch it, Taylor Weir had a good jump on it. That might have went the other direction for 6 points.
Yeah, because he jumped that route, and it was thrown over the head of everybody.
Now you just need to keep everybody in front of you.
That's absolutely right here. 3rd and 25. They're at their own 40-yard line. They need to get down to the Panther 35 for a 1st down. Love looks to the sideline for the play. There's 3:43 to go here in the 1st quarter. They'll empty the backfield. 4 wide receivers here in a tight end set. Takes a snap, Love looking to throw. Drops straight back with time. Sets up, fires. That's going to be almost picked off. The only man in the area was Tanner Bippert, but the ball was thrown to the left of him there. It's going to bring up 4th down, and they have to punt.
And Tanner broke on that ball. He gave it all he could to try to pick that ball off. He went horizontal to the ground. But you know what? That ain't a bad thing.
No, but you stop him here, and Bippert going to go back to return this. Their punter, if I can get you his number here.
Number 10.
Number 10 for the Mules. That's going to be Cole Crosby. Standing in his own 25, Bippert back at his 25, and it's a low rugby-style kick that's going to bounce and be downed at the 32-yard line there. So decent field position for the Panthers. It'll be 1st and 10 on their 2nd possession, but the Panther defense comes up big there. Little help from a miscue for Heights, and we'll see if Medina Valley can do something other than that 3-and-out they had on their 1st possession.
Garrett Whitaker down there for the Mules to down that ball.
Panthers went 3-and-out after that penalty. Couldn't overcome it, but had some positive plays here.
Gained 13 yards, but just needed 15 after the penalty.
And Panthers will come to the line of scrimmage. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Gibson the lone back. Panthers moving left to right. Marsh out of the shotgun. They'll send Pardo in motion. Takes the snap, gives it off to Gibson. Trying to break a tackle, and he does in a hard-fought 2 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Leo Oseguera on the stop there for the Mules.
Had to fight very hard for those 2 yards.
Just to get back to the line of scrimmage and get positive yards as they were in the backfield. Garza brings the play in. Definitely need to keep the defense on the sidelines here for a little bit.
Yeah, you do. You need to give them a little bit of a break. 4 wide here for the Panthers. Gibson the lone back again. 2nd down and long, takes the snap. Marsh looking to throw, fires it deep down the left side, and he overthrew Doyen.
So there you go.
And they're going to get the penalty there, and that ball was uncatchable. Probably shouldn't have been a penalty, but Medina Valley's going to get a gift there.
They're going to get number 9, Galindo, for Doyen to the 5.
Unless this is on Doyen for just running into him.
I don't see how that can be. I think that's a shot on a defensive receiver.
I don't know. I do know that watching it, Doyen initiated that contact. But we'll wait for the call from the referee here. Personal foul, and it is against Alamo Heights. So Medina Valley gets a gift there because that ball was uncatchable. No one was going to get to it.
But number 9 they kind of
hit
ran
him late.
together.
Yep.
And it was after the play was over with.
And they did call the personal foul, not the interference call.
Well, and that just shows that's what contact on a defenseless receiver. So
the Panthers will have first down and 10, ball up to the 48-yard line, their own 48. Marsh takes the snap, going to keep it himself. Up the middle, gets across midfield, trying to bounce it outside to the 45, down to about the 43-yard line. Good run by Marsh, and it's going to bring up second down, about 3 yards to go.
Galindo and Veal on the stop. And Jared, I could have lived either way with that last penalty call. I could have said it, no flag also.
Yeah.
On that personal foul.
Second down and 2 here for the Panthers. Down in Alamo Heights territory now. Marsh with 4 wide. Gives it to Gibson up the middle, trying to fight for the first down, and he's going to get it, carrying the Alamo Heights team before he's pushed back. Forward progress to the 41-yard line. First down for the Panthers. Good run.
Irwin and Klump had him stopped short of the line of scrimmage. Gibson just kept his legs churning, got the first down.
Yeah, absolutely. They haven't moved the chains yet, but, that's clearly, we can see it, and they're saying move them. First down, Medina Valley to the 41. Good hard run there by James Gibson.
Morales now in there for Medina Valley in the backfield. Both got backs in there, Jared.
Yep, Pardo and Gibson, your 2 backs, 3 wide for the Panthers. Marsh going to throw it, fires it incomplete, and he had a man, Haney, out there, just threw that to the right. Haney sat down in that zone, falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
It looked like he was looking for something towards the outside of the body. He threw it a little bit inside. Haney just could not bring it in, Jared, but he was open. Haney just sat down right at the sticks, 10 yards down the field. Charlie just could not complete the pass.
So it's second down and 10 coming up here for the Panthers. 4 wide receivers, trips out left, Doyen by himself to the right. Takes the snap, Marsh to throw. Pump fakes, and he threw it into the ground as the ball slipped out of his hand when he went to pump fake it. It's an incomplete pass. Brings up third down and 10.
A lot of pressure coming in on Marsh. 46, Arnold all over him.
Yeah, and I think he wanted to pump fake that and then try to hit somebody deep, but the ball slipped out of his hand on that pump fake.
Just didn't have time to get that play going.
Fortunately, it was on the way through on the pass, so it's an incompletion. Third down, 10 here. Out of the gun, 4 wide. Gibson, the deep back, or the lone back, takes a snap. Marsh to throw under pressure. Shuffle pass. Gibson with some room to run across the 35, 30, 25, 20, and he's brought down around the 19-yard line. A big play there on that shuffle pass as they had the blitz coming right up the middle, went right at Marsh, and he flipped it right to Gibson, who runs for the first down.
Mac Flynn on the stop, but that's the perfect call for an aggressive front. Totally caught the Mules off guard.
Down to the 19-yard line.
And I believe, Jared, that's the first time we've seen that play.
Yeah, it has. Well, they did one last week, but not to that success. Out of the gun here, 3 wide out left. Doyen to the right. Marsh takes the snap. Going to keep it himself up the middle to the 15-yard line, and he's tackled at the 14, a 5-yard pickup. It's going to be second and 5.
Good hard run by Charlie. Irwin with the stop. But you'll take 4.5, 5 yards on every play.
Panthers down to the 14. 51 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Panthers will come to the line of scrimmage here. 15 on the play clock. 4 wide, 2 on each side. Marsh from the gun with Gibson is back to the right. They'll send Pardo in motion. They'll flip it to him. Looking to cut it up the field up to the 10, and he's brought down. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. It'll be third down and a couple yards to go.
Galindo on the stop. Good tackle out in space. It looked like Wesley had a lot more room, but Galindo closed that gap quick.
Yep. Third down, 3 to go.
Are you in? Well, you're going to
You're going to flip the field here because that's going to be the last play of the first quarter.
I was going to ask you, though. We'll get to it when we return after the first quarter.
And that will end the first quarter of play. Your score after 1, Alamo Heights 3, Medina Valley nothing, but the Panthers driving. And We're going to go ahead and take a break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925 with one simple goal, to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Who has the best sports coverage for Medina Valley? We do.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Orem Stadium as we go to the second quarter. Alamo Heights leading Medina Valley 3-0. But the Panthers driving here. They're going to have third down and 3 to go. Ball at the 11-yard line.
Kerrville Tivy up 21-0 still in the first quarter over Lockhart.
Wow. So here we go out of the gun. 3rd and 3. Marsh with Gibson. Marsh is going to run it himself. Design run up the middle, and he's going to have a first down and a little more down inside the 10. Down to the 7-yard line, right between the 7 and 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Medina Valley.
Clump on the stop, but not before a first down. I've been wanting to do that all year.
What was the referee's name that used to do that in the NFL? You remember him?
Red Cashin?
Yeah, where he'd go first down every time. Out of the gun here with 3 wide receivers out to the left. Gibson to the right. They're going to hand it. No, Marsh is going to keep it up the middle down inside the 5. Close to the, looks like the 3-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and goal.
Touchdown saving tackle there by Jackson Veal. I look for this time to feed big number 45 right here.
Yeah, ball at the 3-yard line.
2 consecutive times that Charlie's pulled the ball out and kept it. They might be looking for Charlie to do the same. Maybe the big back rolls in.
They'll come out here, send trips out left, Doyen to the right. Gibson the lone back to the right of Marsh. The Panthers now going right to left here in the second quarter. They do give it to Gibson right up the gut, and he is hit and taken down by 2 guys. Might have lost 2 yards on the play. They'll spot him back at the 4, and it's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
Big defensive line.
And they've got an injured player down
Curtis
on the field.
Gunn met Gibson head on there right in the hole.
Medina Valley's got a player down on the field here. And while he's down, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, and we will continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
Who has the best sports coverage for Medina Valley? We do.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Orem Stadium here. Injured player up, walking off under his own power. And the Panthers are going to be facing 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Trailing 3-0 here. You'd like the Panthers to get in here. Maury, what do you think here on 4th down? You think this is 4-down territory for the Panthers, or you think they take the 3 points to tie it up if they don't get this?
I think it's 4-down territory.
Out of the gun here. 3 wide to the left. Gibson alone back. Going to the right, they send Pardo in motion. Flips it to Pardo, looking for some room, and he's going to lose 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and goal, and I think if you're the Panthers, you got to kick, and here comes Sandoval onto the field.
Yeah, number 43, Roan Irwin, having no part of that. Pardo had nowhere to go.
No, and credit Alamo Heights' defense there. They stepped up big time in the big moment, and they didn't let those 2 backs, Gibson or Pardo, get free on those last 2 plays.
Both teams now with good defensive stands deep in their own territory.
This is a 23-yard attempt for Sandoval. Ball spotted on the far right hash.
Clendenin does the holding.
Marty
does the snapping.
He'll have to pull it into the upright, and his kick is up, and he drills it through. Big kick hits the scoreboard on the backside of that, but 23-yard field goal is good, and your score with 9:49 to go in the first half, Medina Valley 3, Alamo Heights 3. That was a big field goal for Sandoval.
Yeah, it was, Jared. And, you got to get the points when you got it down there. Panthers came away with 3 points. That's a plus.
Well, and
both defenses bent but didn't break on two drives.
And the big thing about that is that Medina Valley's defense got a good rest now after being on the field twice. Got
a rest in between that, and also got a little extra time with the quarter changing around also.
Yeah, to kind of prepare a little bit more to make some adjustments here. Did a good job that last time against Heights. They did fumble on that option play, put them way behind the sticks in a 25-yard situation. But Medina Valley's defense came up big there when they tried to throw the ball. Nothing doing. We'll see here. Flesher and Proctor go back deep to receive for the Mules.
Kickoff sponsored by Royce Grove Oil Company and Valley Marts Incorporated.
And Pablo Sandoval ready to boot it away after he just knocked through that extra point, or that 23-yard field goal. And Sandoval runs up to it, and he will boot it away. An end-over-end kick that's fair catch called, and he fair caught it at the 21-yard line, and right before the ball went out of bounds. And they're going to get it 1st and 10 at the 25. Is that right? Right,
yes.
More, yeah. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line on the fair catch. And, Medina Valley did that because Alamo Heights came very close to busting one on the opening kickoff of the game. Had starting field position at the 36.
And, you kind of think if 28 lets that ball go,
it
goes out of bounds and they get it. Well, they'd have got it 5 more yards up the field. They'd have got it on the 30.
Or they
had
make
to
them
kick
re-kick.
over.
So Heights comes to the line out of the pistol with 4 wide, moving left to right. Love takes that snap, looking to throw. Sets up, fires left side. A lot of hands over there, but that ball was incomplete. Intended for number 4, Vuris.
Tomaselli all over the receiver, and as we mentioned, Jared, he's giving him about 8 inches of height.
Yep.
But Tomaselli right there, a lot of hand fighting going on. Tomaselli not giving no ground.
No, he did a good job right there, and that ball was thrown behind Vuris, and he wasn't able to make a play on it. Going to run the option left side, makes the pitch. Flesher has it, makes the first man miss, but an ankle tackle at the 25-yard line. Maybe only got a yard there on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and about 9 here for Alamo Heights.
Grant Snyder on the stop there for Medina Valley. Devin Stubing had him in the backfield, but just couldn't trip him up.
That was no gain. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Good open field tackle by Snyder.
They empty the backfield here, 5 wide for Love. Takes that snap, looking to throw with some time, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to try to scramble, and he's going to get hit and dropped at the 26-yard line. It's going to be 4th down, and Alamo Heights has to punt. Good defensive series for the Panthers.
Pressure up the middle. He scrambled out, and the linebacker Taylor Weir would have no point of it. He's a spy on Love there on that play. Gain of 1 yard.
And so number 10, Cole Crosby, ready to boot it away. Last kick was kind of a rugby-style kick as Bippert standing back at his own 40-yard line. Punter at his own 11. Takes the snap, runs up, boots this one, a high spiral kick that's going to be Bippert's going to let it bounce. And it's going to go all the way down to the 23-yard line, where it's going to be down by Alamo Heights. If he catches that, they got 10 more yards of field position there to work with. But nonetheless, Panthers have it 1st and 10, and that Alamo Heights defense is back out on the field after 3 and out.
Yeah, Stetson downs it for the Mules. But that's what you needed there. Let's get Alamo Heights' defense right back out there.
And here come the Panthers to the line of scrimmage here in a 3-3 ball game with 8:28 to go. And if you told Coach Chris this was going to be 3-3 with 8.5 to go in the second quarter and you had the football, I think he'd take that all day.
Any Panthers would.
Out of the shotgun here, 3 wide outright. Marsh takes the snap. Hands it to Gibson around the right side, up to the 25, 30, puts his shoulder down, and he's taken down right around the 31-yard line there, a pickup of 7 or 8 yards for Gibson.
Galindo and Moreno on the stop there for the Mules. But, Jared, this is the kind of game we talked about in pregame. This is the kind of game that fits Medina Valley right here. Those low-scoring, grinded out, establishing long drives, and that's something that Heights, with this offense, they can turn the ball over quick, 3 downs and out quick.
2nd down and 3 here from the 30 for the Panthers. Marsh with split backs, Pardo and Gibson. 2 to the left, 1 wide right. Takes the snap. Marsh, broken play, it looked like he wanted to throw, and he actually falls forward. Might have gained a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2, though.
Big defensive tackle, Curtis Gunn on the stop.
I don't know if he pulled that out and wanted to throw it quick or if that was a broken play, but Marsh had nowhere to go with that once he pulled it out from Pardo.
Just didn't look good in the backfield.
Yeah.
You've got to convert this.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd down and 3 to go. It's a long 2, about 2.5 yards, really. Ball near the 31-yard line. Split backs again, 3 wide for the Panthers. Marsh takes the snap, gives it to Gibson, puts his foot down, cuts it up the field, and falls forward. He's going to be close to the sticks. Depends on the spot.
Galindo and Gunn once again on the stop. And they're going to say I'd say you got to measure that.
Yeah, that's going to be close. And they are going to stop they are going to do a measurement here. The ball, the nose of the football is at the 34-yard line. Or I take that back, the 33-yard line.
Trying to see where the marker is on the side, but
it's hard to tell because
they got it blocked by our players.
The thing is we're on the visitor side. Usually we're looking at the sticks from the opposite side of the field, but because we're in the visitor side here, not in the press box, it's hard to tell because the players are right there.
I think it's going to be about a half a football short.
We'll wait here as they pull those chains taut.
Yep.
And they'll put it down, and he is going to be just short of the 1st down. Like Maury said, about half a football. And this comes up here. It's going to be 4th down and about half a yard here for Medina Valley.
And it's not because I got good eyes. It's because I'm looking through some Bushnell binoculars. Go for it.
They are.
I'd line up with Charlie Marsh right behind your big center. First sound, go.
And Gibson back out on the field here as they come to the line of scrimmage. And Gibson, they're going to run out of the eye.
Have Big James pushing.
Yep, out of the eye. Takes the snap. Marsh up the middle, and Gibson pushes him for the 1st down. Maury called that,
it's hard to stop.
Yeah, you line Gibson up at the fullback right there in a 3-point stance, and Marsh starts forward, and you just got Big Gibson just running you over
and you
from
probably
behind.
Got your strongest offensive lineman at center running right behind him.
Yeah, it's Spencer Payne right there running right behind him. 6:39 to go here in the 1st half. Medina Valley with new downs, 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line, keeping that Alamo Heights defense on the field. Out of the gun here with 4 wide. They'll send Pardo in motion. Give to Gibson right up the gut, across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Picks up 3, maybe 4 on the play.
Number 44 on the stop there. He gets up a little gimpy. Number 44, the inside linebacker, Klump. Kind of favoring his right leg a little bit.
That's a 3-yard pickup there by Gibson. It'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up here for the Mules. 5:56 to go here in the 2nd quarter. 4 wide again. Gibson the lone back to the right of Charlie Marsh. Marsh takes the snap, looking to throw, fires quickly into the ground against Haney. That was a forward pass. It'll go incomplete. And that was, that play it took a long time to develop there for Haney, and then Marsh just threw it right into the ground.
Yeah, Hetrick putting pressure on him from the outside, but, that ball just looked like it slipped out of his hand because after he threw it, Charlie kind of wiped his hands on his pants because that wasn't even close to being a completed pass.
So 3rd down and 7 to go. Panthers out of the gun with 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side here for Medina Valley. Marsh takes the snap, looking to throw. Steps up with time, fires over the middle, complete to Haney across midfield, 45-40. Made a man miss down to the 35-yard line. And there's Braden Haney in some open space, made a man miss. Big gain, 1st and 10 Panthers from the Heights 34-yard line.
Olmstead on the stop, but just a crossing pattern. Marsh on target. Haney doing a lot of damage after the catch.
Yep. Caught that around midfield. Gets about 16 yards after the catch. And they'll come to the line of scrimmage here. 5:17 to play 1st half. Gibson, the lone back, out of the gun. 2 wide on each side of the formation here. They'll send Pardo in motion. Gives it to Gibson up the gut. And he busts through the line, and he's tackled by the shoestrings around the 20-yard line.
Galindo,
otherwise, he had room to go.
Number 9, Galindo, with a touchdown-saving tackle. Gibson had a head of steam, and that's the only way you were going to tackle him there is at the shoestrings. You weren't going to tackle him hitting him high.
Yeah, and they get him right at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Medina Valley, as the Panthers continue to move the football.
May not be a bad thing, though. You still got a drive going and you're eating
the
clock.
That's exactly right.
And because you deferred,
you get the ball to start the half,
ball to
too.
Start.
Out of the gun here, 4 wide, 3 wide out to the left. Gibson again, the lone back. Marsh to throw. Setting up, firing deep, and that's going to be, oh my goodness, that should have been intercepted.
Panthers just caught a break there.
Oh, my. That was intended for number 17, Mason Vogel. And I don't know if Marsh and him weren't on the same page, but he ran to the end zone. Marsh thought he was going to cut in, and he threw it right to an Alamo Heights defender, had it in his chest, and dropped it.
Mac Flynn is going to have nightmares on that because that couldn't have been an easier interception.
No.
That's one of the easiest ones you could have ever had, and he just flat dropped it.
Second
Panthers
down
are lucky.
and 10. Yeah, very fortunate to still have the football here. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Marsh from the gun. They'll send a man in motion. Takes the snap, give Gibson. Right up the gut, trying to bust through the line, and he's going to get down to the 20, or make it the 16-yard line.
Irwin and Klump on the stop for Alamo Heights. You're in field goal range.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 here as the clock ticks down to 4 minutes to go. Panthers need to get down to
Pablo's
looks
already
like the 10-yard line.
one from 38 yards already, so we're right there. Rather give him line up for an extra point.
Out of the gun here, 4 wide receivers, trips out left. Gibson the back, takes the snap. They give to Gibson, up the middle, bust through, hurdles a man, still on his feet down to the 10. He's going to be close to the 1st down.
Galindo again with the stop.
He's going to have the 1st down. And it's going to be 1st and goal, Panthers from the 10-yard line. Big run there.
That offensive line opened a big hole for them. You could have run a bust through there.
And I'd like to point out that, we see Medina Valley try to run around the outsides. They're going straight at the center of that Alamo Heights defense.
There's nothing fooling. They're just lining up and saying, we're going at you.
Yeah, they're getting behind that offensive line, especially the right side of that offensive line. From the gun on 1st and goal. We'll see if the Panthers can punch one in here. Last time they were down here, they had to settle for a field goal. 4 wide. They'll send Pardo in motion. Takes the snap. Looking to throw. Marsh fires it. Complete Pardo. Getting to the edge. 5-yard line. A flag flies. You're going to get a hold against the Panthers there on the wide receiver. And this is going to come back.
Yeah, you're going to get a hold or possibly an offensive pass interference as he made contact when the ball was in the air.
Yep.
Just wanted to go over that offensive line. You have number 75, Moses Cortez, in there as the injured Panther was Gio Villafane. He came up walking up under his own power, couldn't put a little pressure on his ankle. And number 75's in there filling in for Villafane, doing a great job. But, Jared, this is a penalty you can't make.
It's a tough one because you'd had 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line. Instead, you've got 2nd down and goal from the 18.
You still don't have to get it all back in one play.
And it should be 1st down, and it is.
You still got 3 downs.
3 minutes on the clock here. And now it's timeout called by the referee as they want to talk something over here. Medina Valley facing 1st and goal from the 18-yard line.
I think they're questioning the spot on the field because if it's a holding penalty, it goes from where the infraction is. And I think Medina Valley's saying they marched off too much yardage, but we'll see.
Well, it looked like the infraction occurred around the 8-yard line, so that would mark it to the 18,
so
which is where they're at. Yep. So they'll have it here, 1st and goal from the 18-yard line after the holding penalty. 3 wide out to the right, Doyen by himself to the left. Marsh rolling right, looking to throw. Sets his feet. Now he's going to take off the other direction. Up across the 20 to the 15, breaks a tackle down the sideline to the 10, hit him laid out of bounds. Not going to get a call there, but it's going to be second down and goal from the 8-yard line. Good run and good scramble there by Charlie Marsh.
Saw the open field to the left side of the formation, knew he could outrun the first one, but couldn't outrun Klump, but he got good positive yards, got most of the penalty yards back.
Now you're back at second and goal from the 8. Well, it's manageable now for the Panthers. Four wide receivers here from Medina Valley. 3 to the right, ball on the left hash. Gibson the back to the left of Marsh. Takes the snap. Marsh keeps it himself, trying to find room, and he gets swamped over at the 10-yard line, loses 2 yards. It'll be third and goal from the 10.
Curtis Gunn on the stop. Loss of yards.
And, the 2 times Medina Valley's been down here, Alamo Heights isn't letting them run it right up the gut at them here. Medina Valley's going to have to get creative because Alamo Heights is saying, we're going to bend, but when you try to score on us in the middle right here on the goal line, we're not going to let you through. And they've showed that both times so far, and it's third and goal now from the 10-yard line for Medina Valley.
Well, and everything condenses when you get close to the goal line.
2:14 to go here in the first half.
Panthers may run
and
this
They're
clock all the way down and take a timeout.
You're right, Maury, and they're going to do that. That'll be the first timeout taken by the Panthers in the half. Both teams now with 2 remaining. Timeout brought to you by Gardner Abstract and Land. And the Panthers in this timeout here, they want to talk things over and get their play call right because this is a big moment in the game because you got 2:03 to go in the quarter. You've eaten up over half of this quarter here. But the 2 times you've been down here, the first time you had to settle for a field goal, this time you had a penalty that's really hurt you. Now you got third and goal from the 10. You do get the ball to start the second half, but 2:03 in the way Alamo Heights runs offense with 2 timeouts, that's a lot of time left.
Well, you got to make sure that before this possession's over that the score changes from Medina Valley with a 3.
Right.
Either 6 or 10, but you've got to come away with points in some fashion. You can't waste these opportunities inside the red zone, and that's where the Panthers have kind of self-destructed a few times in previous games, which has been the difference in some of the losses.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Maury. And here we go on third and goal out of the timeout. Marsh out of the gun. 4 wide receivers here for the Panthers. 3 out to the right. Doyen by himself to the left side of the formation. We'll see what the Panthers come with. Marsh to throw, looking for Doyen. Back of the end zone, goes up. It's intercepted in the back of the end zone, and he's just going to fall down, and that's going to be a touchback. And, he got in front of Doyen, had the position on him right there, went up with one arm and yanked it down.
That time Mac Flynn made sure he got the interception. That's what he said. You got to come out of there
with points.
With points.
That's a big turnover for the Panthers. They're going to get it 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line on the touchback. And now, the big thing now is they turned you away. It's still 3-3. You got to keep them out of the end zone and know that you're going to get the ball back to start the second half. Just the main thing here is keep everything in front of you here. Don't let them get downfield too quick. Out of the gun, Love. 3 wide receivers. They'll send Proctor in motion. They hand it to him on an end around, looking for some room, trying to get outside. And he's going to be stepping out of bounds around the 21, 22-yard line. Why is the linesman over here up to the 24? It looked like he stepped backwards and went out of bounds.
Tarvin and Bippert on the stop there for Medina Valley.
Well, and they are. The linesman on the far side's got him at the 21-yard line, picked up only a yard.
Boy, they're running the clock still. They're saying he was forced out of bounds.
Well, then he was
out on his own.
He made a step back in bounds, and they pushed him out. I could see his feet on the far sideline. And now they're going to stop the clock. Apparently there's a flag down on the field. I didn't see it thrown. Was it on that far sideline? Oh, it's right on the 25-yard line where the defensive lineman's standing. And you got a chop block against Alamo Heights. So that'll help Medina Valley out here too. They're going to put a minute 45 back on the clock.
And that's a 15-yarder.
Yep.
And because it's outside the 20, they're going to move it 15 yards. It's not half the distance.
Well, and they'll move it back to the 11-yard line. With a minute 45 to go, two timeouts remaining. Love out of the gun. Flesher is only back. Actually out of the pistol. The back's right behind him. They'll have 4 wide receivers. Love takes the snap. He wants to throw. Sets up, fires, right side, catches it inbounds. Clock's going to run. That was Burke on the reception. Only picks up 3 yards. And the clock runs under 1:23. Heights back to the line. It's 2nd down and 16 here. 1:15 and counting. Love ready to throw. Takes the snap, sets up, fires right side. And incomplete. Burke couldn't hold on to the football. That's going to go as an incompletion. Stops the clock with 1:08, and it's 3rd and 16 here. And now Medina Valley looking at it. We could get the ball back with some decent field position and just under a minute to go.
Underneath coverage there by Bippert.
Medina Valley with 2 timeouts remaining. If you get a stop here inbounds, you probably use that timeout and get this ball back.
Good coverage. Bippert had him blanketed inside. The only where he could throw it was outside, and he couldn't bring it in.
Love from the pistol with 4 wide. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket under pressure. Gets away once. Lets it fly on the run. Complete. Did he hold it through the ground? They say he did. That's right at the sticks at the 30-yard line. They're talking it over. They haven't signaled catch or incomplete.
Well, he was bobbling it going out of bounds.
They're going to say catch and a 1st down.
Wow, Panthers had pressure on him.
And Love escaped the pressure somehow. Found his man on the near sideline. A good catch. 59 seconds to go here. 1st and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line. Looking to throw, Love. Sets up, swings it to Flesher out of the backfield. Up to the 30, 35, hangs on, and he goes out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And,
We're on
you got a flag on the far side of the field. Not even close to the play, but you got a flag at the make that the 38-yard line.
And what was a clean game so far, flags here on this last possession.
Yeah. You know, other than Medina Valley with that unsportsmanlike early in the ballgame, the delay a game to start, it's been a pretty clean game since then.
They're marking it backwards.
Yep, that's going to be against High. No.
Holding.
No, that's against Medina Valley.
They signal holding.
Against the Pan. He signaled it against Medina Valley, though. He pointed, and they're going to mark off the 5 yards.
Well, and that was on the other side of the field. Must have had the Panthers holding a receiver that was going out for a pass.
Yeah, and so it's going to be 1st down from the 40-yard line. 10-yard penalty right there against Medina Valley. 51 seconds to go. 2 timeouts left for Alamo Heights. Love empties the backfield. 5 wide receivers. 4 out to the left. Takes the snap, swings it to Proctor. Up to the 40. Across the 40, 45, and he stayed in bounds. And a good tackle there by Grant Snyder.
Good tackle out in space. Going to force
Alamo Heights to use their second timeout.
It looked like he had a lot of room. Snyder with good closing speed.
Yeah, and only
Open
limited him
field.
that's only a 4-yard gain, too. And so this timeout brought to you by Gardner Abstract and Land. And 44 seconds left on the clock here in Medina Valley.
How big was that play that Love made on 3rd down and very, very long? Looked like the Panthers were going to sack him.
Yeah.
He scrambled, kept the ball alive, and then threw a good pass on the sidelines. It looked like he was bobbling going out of bounds, but the officials say he was in bounds, and he got just enough for the 1st down, or the Panthers would have gotten the ball around midfield with a chance to put some points on the board right before half.
Yeah, you're right, Maury. And you know, that was a 3rd and 16 situation. Looked like a Panther defensive lineman actually got a paw to him, and he was able to shake free.
That was J.J. Marty had a hand on him.
Yeah, and he shook free, and he threw that on the run, and a great catch over here on the near sideline. Needed 16, got 17 yards on the play, kept this drive going.
That's where you need to get a big sack here on the quarterback here. Even the turnover battle here. See if the Panthers can get one of their own right before half and keep this a 3-3 ball game.
Out of the pistol here on 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 44. Takes a snap. Love to throw. Sets up. Throws over the middle. Intercepted. Down the sideline to the 40, 30, and he's gone. Touchdown, Medina Valley. A pick 6. I can't get the number on his jersey. I think that's number 16. Bullard, isn't it?
No. That's J.J. Marty.
Is it Marty? J.J. Marty with a pick 6. Intercepted it right at looked like around the 50-yard line and runs it back for a touchdown.
And that was your big defensive end dropping back into coverage. That had to have fooled Love when you drop your defensive end back in coverage. He did not see him there.
No, not at all. Now Sandoval on to try to tack on the extra point.
I called it. I said we need to even up the turnover battle.
High snap, but he gets it down, and Sandoval boots it through. So with 33 seconds to go in the second quarter, your new score, Medina Valley 10, Alamo Heights 3. What a huge, huge swing of events here at the end of this half. And now the big thing is you get that, and now you get the ball to start the second half.
You still got 33 seconds left.
You're exactly right, Maury, but that is a huge, huge play for that Panther defense because the offense got stymied in the red zone twice, limited to 3 points on 2 possessions down there. And good job there by the defense stepping up big time and putting them in front.
I just called it. I said we need to even up the turnover battle. J.J. Marty from his defensive end spot dropped back into coverage 10 yards down the field, picked it up, and I tell you what, for a defensive end, pretty good speed.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Wow. And he took that to the house.
You're absolutely right, Maury. And, yeah, had a lot of speed, especially he made I don't know if it was Love or one of the wide receivers, but he made him look stupid.
Oh, he just
left his shoes sitting on the field.
He left more than that on the field, but we can't say what it was.
So Sandoval ready to boot it away. Proctor and Flesher back deep to receive. And Sandoval will boot it away. An end-over-end kick. That will be taken at the 16-yard line up to the 25, down to the 30, and that's where he's brought down. And it'll be 1st and 10 Alamo Heights from the 30-yard line with 27 seconds to go here in the first half.
Andres Olivares on the stop for Medina Valley. Let's see if Alamo Heights wants to get cute once again here before half.
27 seconds to go here. And we know before the game, we saw their field goal kicker booting them from about 30, 35 yards. So, even if they could get downfield here quickly, they have one timeout left, they could still try a field goal here and put some points up before the half. Love out of the pistol. They'll come with 2 wide receivers on each side of their formation. Flesher, the lone back, takes the snap, wanting to throw. Sets up, fires over the middle, complete to Voorhees, and a flag flies in from the back very, very late. There was nobody around him.
Now, Grant Snyder on the stop. There's 3 flags down. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage here, too.
You're going to have probably more than one penalty here. The pass was complete up to, looks like around the 42-yard line.
But coming from the back, Judge, that's usually a call on the defense.
Yeah.
Now, the one at the line of scrimmage may be offsetting penalties.
And we'll have to get the call from the referee. And you got an ineligible receiver downfield and then a hold against the Panthers. They offset, and so you'll replay the down. So that runs some clock off. Now there's 22 seconds left, and it's still 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Panthers are playing kind of a little prevent here. They're letting them catch it underneath, making sure they get the tackle right after the catch, though.
Clock does stop on 1st down to move the chains.
14 yards deep.
That is not Love in the ball game anymore for Alamo Heights. That's number 4 now at the quarterback, Chase Christensen, a junior. Christensen out of the pistol. Takes the snap, hands the ball to Flesher up the middle with a little bit of room to run. Gets up to the 35, and he's taken down by Taylor Weir in there on the stop. Gets 8 yards, but that clock's going to run down. They're not going to use their timeout. They're trying to get to the line of scrimmage in a hurry to try to run one more play. They take the snap. Christensen ready to throw, and he's under pressure. Shakes away, sets up, fires over the middle, complete, takes his legs out from under him, does Grant Snyder, and that will end the first half.
On a crunchy tackle downfield, number 28 wishes he wouldn't have caught that ball.
Was that Weir or was it Snyder?
That was 22, Grant Snyder.
That was Grant. I thought it was. And that ends an eventful first half of play here. Your score at the break, Medina Valley 10, Alamo Heights 3. Medina Valley right where they need to be here in this game, getting the ball to start the second half. And we are going to go ahead and take a commercial break. You are listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Double T Outfitters offers deer, dove, turkey, quail, and exotic hunts in Southwest Texas on over 20,000 low-fenced acres. They facilitate professional guide services, lodging, and fantastic meals while providing the best in Southwest hunting. Contact Double T Outfitters to find out details about their current package hunts. Contact owner Brett Ferguson at 210-413-1597 or online at doublethunting.com. Sammy's Restaurant and Havy's Alsatian Bakery, two legendary landmarks in Castroville. From breakfast to delicious hometown lunch specials and more, Sammy's satisfies your taste buds with the unique flavor of Castroville. And from fresh baked breads to pies and pastries, South Texans have made Havy's Alsatian Bakery a must-to-visit since 1940. Sammy's Restaurant, online at sammysrestaurant.com. Havy's Alsatian Bakery, online at havysbakery.com.
The pace of business is faster than ever. That's why when you need a business loan, you want a bank that can act fast. Not only do you get great rates and fast answers, you get the financial advice you need to keep your business growing. It's a better way to borrow. Stop by and let's talk. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at castrovillestatebank.com.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why State Farm agent Hazel Russell and her team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell at 830-931-3441 today. Or stop by her office at 1103 Highway 90 West in Castroville.
You gotta look at the guy next to you. Now, I think you're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows you're gonna do the same for him.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Orem Stadium here at Alamo Heights in Medina Valley, leading at halftime by a score of 10-3, and the Panthers. This game started out as Alamo Heights moved the ball in their first possession all the way downfield. They started at their own 36-yard line, able to get down. They had fourth down and about 3 yards to go. They ended up picking up the first down, and then they ended up with a 4th down and 1 down on the 3-yard line, and Medina Valley stopped them on 3rd down, put up the 4th, and then they kicked a field goal from 23 yards away to make it 3-0. Medina Valley would take their next. They would go 3 and out, and then Alamo Heights would fumble the ball on a veer route on an option play. It put them in a 25-yard position on 2nd down and 25. They weren't able to gain any yards anymore. Had to punt. Medina Valley took over. They drive the ball all the way down the field. They get down in a 1st and goal to go situation. They get stopped by Alamo Heights. And then Pablo Sandoval with a 23-yard field goal puts Medina Valley in a tie ball game 3-3. And then, you'd go back and forth. Alamo Heights would then go 3 and out. The Panthers would take over. They'd move the ball all the way down the field, and Charlie Marsh threw an interception on 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line in the end zone. Great interception, a one-handed interception. They got the touchback, and then Alamo Heights trying to move the ball with with about 2 minutes to go, and then J.J. Marty stepped up, made a big interception for the Panthers. It was a pick 6, intercepted it right around the 50-yard line, returned it all the way for the touchdown, made a nice move on the far sideline to juke their quarterback out of his shoes, took it all the way to the house. Sandoval tacked on the extra point. And that's how we got to this 10-3 score we're at now. And Medina Valley, in good position here, 10-3. I think looking at the second half, one of the biggest things they're going to have to do is you want to finish off those drives. You had goal-to-go situations twice. You end it with a field goal and an interception, and those are things that, come back later. That's points left out on the field. And Alamo Heights, they're a team that can score a lot of points. We've seen that in the scores from around the district. But Medina Valley's defense playing very good so far in this football game. Has actually outscored the Alamo Heights offense. Their defense leading them 7-3 actually, but a 10-3 ball game here. Medina Valley leading, and the Panthers are going to get the ball to start the second half. And for Medina Valley, that drive is going to be very, very, very important as they go to try to go up 2 scores here against Alamo Heights when we start that second half, and that's going to be a big, big key for the Panthers, is trying to do that and go up by a couple of scores against a team like this. They can score quickly. Lockhart was up a couple of scores against them with 1:30 left, and Alamo Heights scored 2 touchdowns to beat them 56-49. So they can score quickly. They're a team that is against them defensively. Medina Valley cannot take any plays off against this defense. They didn't do that in the first half. Alamo Heights had one good drive against the Panthers, ended up with a field goal out of it, and that Panther defense has played very, very well. Pretty clean for the Panthers in all. From a penalty point of view, they had to delay a game to start the ball game. Had an unsportsmanlike penalty on defense early in the game, and then right before halftime there, they had offsetting penalties on a hold and another hold against the Panther defense. So 4 penalties in that first half. Not the worst of it. None of them really hurt you that bad, and you're leading 10-3, getting the ball to start that second half as the Panther band playing on the field right now, and they went to the area marching competition last weekend after they got superior ratings at region. Went to the area competition. They did not advance to state, but nonetheless, congratulations to the Panther band on a great year, and good luck to them also next year. And we're going to go ahead here, and we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back and let Jeff talk about some of the stats for you. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home in Castroville, Texas, has been providing funeral services to families in the Medina Valley and surrounding areas for many generations. Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home is proud to support the broadcast by the Medina Valley Broadcast Network for the athletes and students participating in this event. Go Panthers! Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home, Castroville, Texas. You may view obituaries at Tondre, Tondre-Gwynn, Guinn.com, or visit the Facebook page of Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home to view funeral notices.
Truck Month is back at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealership, where you'll get upfront posted pricing with no surprise dealer add-ons. Like on the 2020 Colorado Crew Cab V6, posted at $25,995, plus 3.63% financing for 75 months. Or the all-new 2020 Silverado Texas Edition, posted at only $29,999, or lease for just $330 a month with 0 down. Plus, get a no-charge spray-in bed liner and window tint. With deals like these, it's easy to see why more people are buying from North Park Chevrolet than ever before. Find new roads and experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, a proud member of the K-Leg Auto Group, and a J.D. Power 2019 Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com. Highest rated dealer based on sales volume and customer satisfaction. Call 210-640-3184 for full price details. For J.D. Power 2019 DOE information, visit jdpower.com/DOE.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
You gotta look at the guy next to you. Now, I think you're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows you're gonna do the same for him.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to Alamo Heights Orem Stadium as we're here at the North Park Chevrolet broadcast of Medina Valley football. And what a first half, Maury. I think to script, it went just like what the Panthers needed. You know, threw a little interception in the end zone, but they made up for it by returning the favor and J.J. Marty returning it for a touchdown for Medina Valley to take a 10-3 lead at the end of the half, and like I said, needs to go to script. You got to eat the clock up, and then that drive when we did throw an interception in the end zone, we ate up almost 6 minutes of the third quarter, and you got to continue to do that in the second half. I think we're going to need another turnover, and can't say enough about the defense. They're doing really well right now by keeping everything in front of them. And you know what? Let Alamo Heights make the mistakes.
Well, and we talked about it also that Medina Valley isn't a team for a 56-49 ball game. You need to win. You need to keep it a low-scoring ball game. Keep Medina Valley in the game. And the defense has done the job. The offense has been effective. Just one little
need to be consistent.
In the red zone, but then you recovered and you got a good pick six by J.J. Marney, and that's the difference in the ball game right now. Medina Valley leads 10-3. So,
and I think when now what we're going to see in the second half is both teams are in there drawing on the board. What kind of adjustments are we going to make? Medina Valley threw a new little wrinkle at them on
after
defense.
The second series.
Yeah,
First series.
They threw a little wrinkle at them, another coverage, another defensive front, and did some things different. Well, you know what? Alamo Heights is going in there now. Their coaches up in the press box are getting paid too. They're writing all that stuff up on the board, and they're showing them what's going on. So you're going to see different stuff from Alamo Heights. The thing is from Medina Valley now is what are we going to counter in the second half? They're going to counter. We need to have a counter punch right back at them.
Well,
so it's going to be interesting to see in this second half.
And the one positive thing that come from the first half is the Panthers have made good tackles in the open field, haven't given any extra yards, any chunk plays, and that's key.
That's absolutely correct. No yakety yak. All right, so a few stats for you. James Gibson is the leading rusher with 51 yards, Maury, in the first half. Not a bad half for him. He did have a few, that were negative. He ran a little high a couple times. Get your head down, keep running forward, move the pile. Charlie Marsh had 29 yards rushing, and same thing there. He had a couple of negative plays there, in his last couple of carries because they figured out after that first quarter and a half, that he was looking to run the ball more in that first half.
Yeah.
So going to be interesting to see how that plays out in the second half. Maury, Marsh was 10 threw 10 times, and he completed 5 of them. So he's 5 for 10 in the first half for 58 yards, a long of 29 yards that went to Haney.
Yes.
Haney had a good reception of 18
yards. And that was on
yards.
a big third down play.
And that was. And we also had a fourth down play in that last drive. Mark, we only had the ball 3 times. We had 3 possessions in the first half. If we have 3 possessions in the second half, we win this game. Okay?
Because what you've done is you've eliminated them and kept their offense on the sidelines.
Exactly. I think that's a good point to bring up there. But, anyway, those are your stats, and the halftime show is brought to you by – who is the halftime show brought to you by? I don't have a list here. But we know it's one of the one of the banks, the halftime show. But
I want to say it is sponsored by Security Service.
I don't know where Jared put the sheet, but anyway, this is the halftime show, and the Medina Valley Band is stepping off of the field right now, and we're about to see the Alamo Heights Band. But a couple of things in the future here, Maury. Have y'all talked any about the volleyball game?
Yes, we have. We mentioned that who we play, and it's at South San, and that you and Dwayne Garza will have the coverage here on MVBN, and we've also mentioned that if you are interested in sponsoring the volleyball playoffs, just contact Jeff Stivers at 830-931-4504, or they can also get you via your email address, correct, Jeff?
Email is jeff@mvbn.net.
So very simple. That's Jeff Stivers at 830-931-4504.
Community National Bank.
Community National
Bank. I knew
Bank.
It Was a Bank was a sponsor of the halftime show. And we'd like to thank all of our sponsors. North Park Chevrolet, how they always step up and run sponsors for us. Valley Marts, Royce Growth Exxon, Garner, Abstract and Land, Peerless Equipment, Medina Electric, Community National Bank, Security State Bank, 3D Landscaping, Double T Outfitters, Sammy's, we will have the show again Wednesday night. It will be the last show of the season, so tune in.
Sammy's is staying true to form every hunting season. They have the 8-ounce ribeye steak on special for all the hunters that are coming through. So visit Sammy's restaurant, and also if you need a loan or any kind of financing, go see Holly Boyle at our halftime sponsor, Community National Bank.
Community National Bank. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know who that was.
Yes, she is the president now and in charge of the office in Castroville. That's Holly Boyle. If you
all right. Well, we also have Security State Bank, 3D Landscaping, Double T Outfitters. Boy, I bet Brett's around here somewhere. I bet he's hauling after this game tonight and going to have hunters in the morning.
No, actually, he rode to the game. He always rides with Jared and myself, and he has somebody down there, and they are going to be on a big doe hunt tomorrow morning, and he is in charge of making sure that the hunters have lunch when they get out of the field.
And thank you to Castroville State Bank, Hazel Russell State Farm Agent, Tondry Gwynn Funeral Home, IMS Stainless Steel Fabrication, Travel by Design, Tanya Stivers, and, of course, Medina Valley Broadcast Network. We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight.
And she's just the sponsor for the Sports for Supper show, but Brenda Stein Photography. And, Jeff, give us a little bit of details about the travel agency. What does Tanya sponsor on?
Well,
what is her biggest?
So her specialty.
Her specialty
is sandals resorts throughout the world. She's a sandals representative, and she also Walt Disney World, all Walt Disney World trips and such like that. She can book cruises. She can book trips.
Is Sandals
Sandals is a
affiliation
resort.
They have their own resort.
Yeah, Sandals is a resort. There's one in the Bahamas. There's two in the Bahamas, actually. There's some in Jamaica. It's just an all-inclusive adult resort.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so anything you want to get set up for next summer, or you want to get set up for this summer. You want to get set up for next Christmas, hey, give Tanya a call. She'll hook you up and give you a quote. But I think we're ready. We're going to take another pause for the cause here, and we will be back. This is the North Park Chevrolet broadcast of Medina Valley football.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Garner Abstract and Land Company, the title company with professional service and a personal touch. Garner services real estate transactions, buying, selling, and construction loans for commercial and residential. They specialize in land development and farm and ranch. Garner, offering a commitment to professionalism, confidentiality, and personal service combined with the latest technology. Garner Abstract and Land Company will work to earn your trust. Garner Abstract and Land Company, 830-346-1367.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call, 830-931-4834, or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
The Medina Valley Broadcast Network. We lead, they follow. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Orem Stadium here at Alamo Heights, as Medina Valley leading here at halftime 10-3 over the Mules. And Maury, we talked before the game that this game has big playoff implications for both teams, not just one involved, but at halftime, I'd like to remind everyone the score in the Tivy-Lockhart game, Kerrville-Tivy beating Lockhart at the half 24-0. And so Lockhart's about to have their third loss of this playoffs. One of these two teams is going to have 3 losses when you're done here. And I think Uvalde has 4 already. Is that correct?
They are pretty much eliminated.
And the other one, Kerrville no losses, champion with one loss.
One loss.
And who's the we said one of these two teams. One will have 2 losses, one will have 3.
No team is going to get in with 4.
No.
With 4 losses. And if you don't want to look ahead, but the Medina Valley Panthers host Kerrville Tivy next week. Alamo Heights goes to Bernie Champion.
Yep.
And Lockhart goes to Uvalde.
Yep.
So all those have implications riding on them. But the thing is, Jared, you got a 7-point lead.
This game's not over.
This game is far from over. You know how quick Alamo Heights can score. The Panthers, the key tonight has been the defense. The defense has done a great job.
Yep.
Medina Valley only had the ball 3 times. 3 times
offensively,
in that first half. Scored 2 out of the 3. A turnover in the end zone.
No, they only scored once out of the 3.
Well, out of the 3.
Yeah.
The pick 6 turned the game back into Medina Valley's favor after Medina Valley turned it over in the red zone.
Yeah.
J.J. Marty with an interception. And that's the difference in the ball game right now, 10-3.
Well, and Medina Valley's opening possession, they went 3 and out. Had a delay a game penalty, did not look good. Gained 13 yards, but couldn't overcome that penalty. Went 3 and out. Alamo Heights took the ball right downfield. Again, in Medina Valley, luckily they shored up that defense after that opening drive by Heights because they took it all the way down the field. Panthers stepped up, held them to 3 points, and I think that little moral victory there down by the goal line put some confidence in that defense because they got after it after that. And like you said, then Medina Valley went to work, and we talked before the game about how they needed to eat this game down and shorten the ball game. The Panther offense did a great job of that. Unfortunately, they only have 3 points to show for it, and your defense is beating Alamo Heights 7-3.
Well, I caught one of the coaches down at halftime, and we noticed this a little bit here in the up here, calling the game, that they made an adjustment on defense after that first possession Alamo Heights had. They shortened the gaps up, lined up in different spots, and that threw Alamo Heights off, and they moved the ball a little bit, but not with the efficiency that they did on that first drive. Just 1 or 2 little adjustments. And we talked, Jeff and I, they're both on the drawing boards right now trying to figure out how to outsmart the other team. Let's just see who does the best job at halftime.
And one of the things I'm actually surprised Alamo Heights hasn't done is after that opening drive, Medina Valley moved their defensive backs up, playing on the receivers a little more instead of giving them that cushion. That's how they moved the ball in that first. They just find that gap in the zone, sit down, and Love was able to find them the football. Then they moved up on them. I'm surprised Alamo Heights has not tried to beat them down the field, on one of those sidelines yet in the ball game. And I think Alamo Heights coming in that second half, they're going to try to stretch out this Panther defense, and they're going to try to hit you deep.
Well, you've noticed, though, a couple of times, Jared, the quarterback Love is pretty good throwing from sideline to sideline. But when he's had to make the throw downfield, ball's been fluttering a little bit on him, and it's not getting his receivers as quick as what it's supposed to, or what it's either supposed to be or used to. I don't know if this little bit of cool weather might have something to do with it. I wouldn't think it would, but.
Well, let's think about this, too, Maury. Love wasn't in the ball game for their last possession.
Well,
they had Christensen in there. You don't know if he's hurt or if he's just getting put on the sideline because he threw that interception. So we don't really know who's going to play quarterback for Heights in that second half yet either,
Right.
So you've got that, too, to think about. And I know Coach Crisp is in there looking, probably saying it don't matter who they're going to throw at us. We just got to stop them.
Yeah,
either way.
Keep the consistency on the defensive side of the ball and not give up the big play, because we mentioned that their receivers have our defensive backs out height by 6 or 7 inches.
Yeah.
And, heads up to Tanner Bippert and Michael Tomaselli for going man-to-man, matching them up, from the line of scrimmage down the field. They have not given them any distance, any breakaway separation all evening. Let's see if that continues in the second half.
Yeah, and Burke, their number 21, he's not such their tall receiver. He's a little quick. Proctor the same way, but Voorhees, he is about 6 inches taller, and Tomaselli's gotten the draw to have to defend him and done a great job. I think he only caught 1 pass in that half, and the other times he was thrown to, Tomaselli did a good job of bottling him up. Little hand fighting going on, but he's kind of got in his head. I think he not let him free.
Yeah, that Voorhees, he's as big as his brother that
Yeah.
was on TV in all the Friday the 13th movies, Jason.
Oh,
You get
my
it?
goodness. Yeah, I get it.
He was Jason Voorhees. This is
Yep. And, and Maury, what are your big keys to this second half for the Panthers?
just win the turnover battle or break even. Do not give Alamo Heights the ball. Don't give them any extra possessions, and just keep eliminating the chunk plays.
Yeah, I think you're right, Maury. And I think Medina Valley's big thing here, keep everything in front of you. Don't let them hit you with that big momentum swinger. And I think Medina Valley's offense, you got to finish off the drives. Have to, because that's points left on the field down there. When you look at not being able to punch it in, yeah, it's great that you got a great kicker in Pablo Sandoval, but when you look at taking a field goal as opposed to a touchdown down there, that's 4 points left on the field. The interception, that's another 7. There's 11 points right there, taken off the board against the Panthers. When you look at that, it could be 21-3.
Well, but then you got the hammer with the pick 6.
Yep. Yeah, that was the big one. That was huge for Medina Valley. That was a huge play.
And we talked about, yards after catch. The Panthers defense have not given up any yards after the catch. Great open field tackling. They've shored up their tackling where in the past we've had a lot of broken tackles, a lot of missed tackles. That was one of the emphasis that came out of the game against Lockhart and Bernie Champion, that we got to be more sure of our tackles and not give up, the extra yardage. And the Panthers have done a great job of that. No yards after the catch. And you know what? There's a couple of the Alamo Heights Mules, I guarantee you, that went into the halftime feeling a little bit because the Panthers put some pretty good shots on them in that first half.
Yeah, no, Medina Valley, especially when you look at what Weir and Snyder were able to do, they were flying around, in that linebacker position. They were looking for people to hit, whether it be running backs, receivers coming over the middle. Like you saw at the end of the half there, Grant Snyder put a hammer down on one of their wide receivers, took his legs out. His head come down pretty hard there. He got up and ran off the foot. I was sitting there going, oh, man.
I know the technology is good, and I know these helmets are good, but he landed on his back, and his neck snapped back. I'm happy the young man got up, but I tell you what, he has to be feeling that.
Oh, yeah, that has to be. And let's go ahead and take a break. Both teams about to come out on the field. We'll come back with all the play-by-play. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community 80 years ago, and for 80 years we've delivered safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to be a part of this community and continue to serve beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, giving back to libraries, hosting safety presentations, and so much more. We belong to this community and are honored to do so. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at medinaec.org.
Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
Tickets, popcorn, and sodas. That'll be $35. Cash or debit?
Debit! I mean, I'd like to use my debit card, please. Can I do it?
Okay.
All right! Swiping now!
What if paying with your debit card was always this exciting? Kasasa Cashback is a free checking account that pays you for everyday debit card purchases every month you qualify. Plus, with ATM withdrawal fee refunds nationwide, that's a lot of extra cash to spend on whatever you like.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Community National Bank. Member FDIC.
Security State Bank, your financial partner since 1925, with one simple goal: to be the best bank possible to the families and businesses of South Texas. Check out Security State Bank's competitive rates and services from local people you know and trust. Serving South Texas with 7 convenient locations, including 1726 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call 830-538-9898 or online at securitystbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We're willing to accept the responsibility that you have to protect this team and this school and this town. And make no mistake about it, gentlemen, we are in the business of protecting this town.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Orem Stadium as we go to the second half here, in Alamo Heights ready to kick it off to the Panthers. As we start this second half here, 9 o'clock, it's 51 degrees here at Orem Field. It was about 65 today, so that temperature's dropped about 14 degrees since we got here earlier today. And it's going to continue to go down a little bit as this night goes on.
But the one big thing is Old Glory is hanging there.
Yep, no wind.
Not moving, no wind at all.
And no moisture. That's
no moisture.
The big thing. And so Alamo Heights ready to boot it away. That's Crosby ready to kick it, and he will put a high end-over-end kick that's going to be fielded by Bippert at the 9, up to the 20, up to the 25, and that's where he stopped. It'll be 1st and 10 Medina Valley from their own 25-yard line to start this second half.
Harrison Flume on the stop for the Mules. First 5 minutes of the second half, Jared, we always say it's very important.
Yep.
See if the Panthers can add to this 7-point lead here.
We'll see what kind of adjustments both teams made because Alamo Heights trying to find a way to stop that dual running threat of Marsh and Gibson. They've both done a good job running the football so far in this ball game. Panthers will come out showing 4 wide receivers. They have trips out right. Medina Valley moving right to left here to start the second half. Marsh out of the gun. They send Pardo in motion, give it to Gibson up the middle, across the 30, bounces outside to the 35, 40, still on his feet, and he's wrestled down up to the 43-yard line, picks up about 17 yards and a first down for the Panthers.
Galindo and Klump on the stop, but a good burst by Gibson.
Up to the 44s where they'll spot him. And the Panthers huddling up here.
Garrison Garza with the play in from the sidelines.
That was a 19-yard pickup there by Gibson on first down. Marsh out of the gun with 4 wide receivers. They'll send Pardo in motion. Hands it to Gibson again. He's got room to run across midfield, 45-40, dragging defenders across the 35, and he's taken down at the 33-yard line. Another big run by Gibson, and the Panthers gashing this Alamo Heights defense to start the second half.
Galindo and Irwin on the stop, but they're running right over the right side of that offensive line for the Panthers, opening some huge holes for number 45, James Gibson.
Down to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. As Medina Valley brings a play in from the sideline.
You got a few of those defensive linemen with their hands on their hips already, 2 plays into this second half.
Trips out left for the Panthers. Doyen wide out to the right. Gibson the lone back. Pardo in motion. Give to Gibson again up the middle. This time they bottle him up, but he fights for yards. Gets down to the 30, picks up 3 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers.
Curtis Gunn on the stop for the Mules. Good hard running, got 3. Where it looked like he wasn't going to get any.
Yeah. It's one thing about Gibson. He keeps those legs churning. If you don't, as a defender, if you don't stop his legs from moving, he's going to keep getting yards against you. Medina Valley back to the line of scrimmage here. Marsh from the gun, trips left. Ball on the right hash. Gibson the lone back. Pardo in motion again. Marsh going to keep it himself with some room across the 25, 20 into the open field to the end zone. Touchdown, Medina Valley. A 30-yard touchdown run by Charlie Marsh.
Faked the handoff to Gibson and then followed him. Gibson doing a great job down the field with the block. Charlie Marsh untouched. Jared, what a way to start the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 plays. You go 75 yards. And Medina Valley.
Gibson pounds you 3 times up the middle, and then he's the lead blocker for the quarterback to run around the end for the touchdown.
And here comes Pablo Sandoval to try to tack on the extra point. Kick is up, and he drills it straight through. So at 9:49 to go in the third quarter, your new score, Medina Valley 17, Alamo Heights 3. And that didn't take long at all, Maury. 2 minutes and 11 seconds coming off the clock there. And now that Alamo Heights offense is going to come back out on the field, and if you're the Panthers, the big thing, you just cannot give up that big play.
Well, you're absolutely right, and you got your defensive group here huddled around Coach Moe. He's getting them fired up. Just the way the Panthers needed to start off this second half.
Yeah, and
extend that lead.
And we talked about how 2 of their possessions got stymied on goal to go. Got 3 points out of 2 possessions down there. Well, that time, the 30-yard run, you don't have to get in that position.
Didn't get into the red zone.
Sandoval ready to boot it away.
Gibson pounded you up the middle 3 times, softened them up, and then Marsh follows Gibson around the left side of the formation, untouched, 30 yards.
And credit that offensive line opening some big holes for Gibson to run through and get some open space. Because when that young man gets a head of steam in front of him, it's hard to bring him down. Vandeval ready to boot it away. Proctor and Flesher back deep to receive. A high end-over-end kick that's going to be taken at the 21-yard line. Up to the 25, 30, through the line, has some room, made a man miss, and he fortunately got brought down because if he gets to the outside, he had a lot of room to run.
Tomaselli just got enough of him to bring him down, or he was going to be off to the races. Still a good return.
Yeah, and they're going to have good field position here. And you got an injured Panther down back around the 30-yard line here. And as they tend to him, we will take a quick break. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we will continue here in just a moment.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyne and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
Injured player up and off the field back here at Orem Stadium, and Alamo Heights comes out here. Christensen, the quarterback. Love not in the ball game for the Mules. Out of the pistol, they'll empty the backfield. 5 wide receivers here. Christensen takes a low snap, looking to throw, sets up, fires. Low throw. Did he catch it? No, incomplete pass. Pass was intended on that far side for Voorhees, but it's going to go as a 2nd down and 10.
Did that ball kind of look like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage? Maybe Tarvin or Hecker got a hand on it because it sure didn't. It was sure wobbling.
Yeah, it was. You might be right, Maury. Out of the pistol here. 4 wide receivers. They send Voorhees in motion. They're going to run the option. Christensen pitches it into the backfield, and Flesher is taken down around the 31-yard line. A loss on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 16 to go.
J.J. Morty and Zach Hecker. Big play there, a loss on the play.
Make it 3rd and 18.
And it looked like the quarterback stumbled a little bit, and that messed up the whole timing of that play.
And as we said, Love, their quarterback through the whole first half, except that last possession, is not in the ball game. Chase Christensen taking over. Out of the pistol. Low snap, has to pick it up. Looking to throw with some time. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. Overthrew his intended receiver, number 11, Billy Kahn. And Alamo Heights goes 3 and out and has to punt.
I can tell you who the luckiest player on that field was number 11 for that ball being
He was
high
going to get hammered.
because number 22 was bearing down on him. That would have been not pretty.
No. 8:52 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Alamo Heights ready to punt it away. As I think that's number 10, Cole Crosby, ready to do the punting. Tanner Bippert standing back at his own 37-yard line. So Kahn ready. Takes the snap. Medina Valley coming after him, and he gets a rugby-style kick away that's going to bounce and take a big Alamo Heights bounce and go out of bounds at the 26-yard line. That's where the Panthers will have 1st and 10. But their last drive, 4 plays for a touchdown, drove 75 yards. Alamo Heights goes 3 and out, and their defense is going to get wore out here if the Panthers can keep moving.
Back on the field again.
Even if Medina Valley gets no points here, you've got to keep that defense on the field. Yeah. Yeah, but you got to keep them on the field nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a 4-play drive, but it was some hard running by Gibson.
Yep.
They had to run a long ways to catch him. And then Marsh with the 30-yard scamper for the touchdown.
Marsh out of the gun here. 1st down and 10 from the 26. 4 wide receivers. Pardo in motion. Hands it to Gibson up the middle. He gets hit and falls forward for a gain of maybe 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Gunn and Klump on the stop there for the Heights Mules. Just use all of that play clock you can. Run it down all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Just shorten this ball game. And the Panthers come to the line of scrimmage here. Out of the shotgun with 4 wide. 2nd down and 8 upcoming. Gibson the lone back. Pardo in motion. Marsh looking to throw off the play action. Fires it downfield. He's got Haney wide open, and he dropped it at the 40-yard line. Had it right in his breadbasket and let it slip through. If he catches that, he's gone for the touchdown. An opportunity missed right there for the Panthers.
And that was the easiest catch Haney has had all years. Marsh put air under it. Haney run under it.
I think he tried to run before he caught the football.
I think so, but he's kicking himself right now because he knows that was Panther pay dirt right there.
Well, and the thing is, he's made some crazy catches all season, and then that one, the easiest
one. Yeah.
So 3rd down and 8 upcoming here out of the gun with 4 wide receivers. Marsh going to run the option here, looking for some room. He doesn't have any. Gets maybe a yard on the play, and the Panthers are going to have to punt here and go 3 and out.
Gage Maples on the stop. But, wow, a missed opportunity there by the Panthers.
Yeah. Because Haney was behind everybody by about 6 yards. And so I believe, is that Clendenin ready to punt, or who is
That's Eric Klessel.
Eric Klessel ready to boot it away. First punt for the Panthers tonight, I believe. And it's a low line drive kick that's going to be fielded at the 28. Gets past the first man, but not the second. He's brought down at the 39-yard. Looks like they'll spot him at the 40.
That was J.J. Marty, the center.
Yeah.
The long snapper down there making first contact.
And so it'll be 1st and 10. Heights from their own 40-yard line here, and that Panther defense needs to step up here again. They forced Alamo Heights to a 3 and out on their first possession of the half. And they got another quarterback in there now. That is not Love or Christensen. Can't get his number right now.
That's the one that's been doing the punting, number 10.
That's number 10. So that's Cole Crosby. So Crosby from the pistol takes the snap, hands it off to Flesher up the middle, and he's brought down after a 3-yard gain, gets up to the 43-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Taylor Weir and Trace Ferguson on the stop for Medina Valley.
They'll come right back to the line of scrimmage. Empty backfield here for Crosby. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Heights moving left to right. He's going to run it himself on the quarterback draw up the middle. Makes a man miss, trying to get outside. Gets to the corner across the 45 of Medina Valley, and he steps out of bounds. That's a 1st down, though.
Grant Snyder forcing him out of bounds, but a good run there. Popped out of the crowd and got around the left side.
And so 1st and 10 from the Panther 45-yard line. Crosby out of the gun. As Senvuri's in motion left to right. They're going to run the option. Makes the first man miss, doesn't pitch it, and he gets maybe a yard on the play. Ooh, they almost had him there in the backfield because he wasn't going to pitch that football.
Snyder, Weir, and Ferguson on the stop for Medina Valley.
Gets no gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. 6:36 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Medina Valley leading the Mules 17-3. Out of the gun, empty backfield. Looks to swing it out to Proctor. Makes the catch in the backfield, and he's dropped for a loss of about 3 on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 13.
Great job by Devin Stubing fighting through the tackle. Loss on the play. Good open field tackle in space. He had room if Stubing doesn't make that play.
And so ball goes back to the 47-yard line of Medina Valley. 3rd down, 13 to go here for the Mules. Crosby out of the pistol. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Flesher the lone back. Now they empty the backfield. Flesher out to the right, looking to throw. Sets up, fires to the middle, incomplete. Number 11 again, Kahn was the intended receiver. Threw it behind him, 4th down for the Mules.
He's lucky again.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Number 22 was bearing down on him. He was fixing to get a shot put on him
I'm
right
telling
there.
you, there's a couple of times, though, he's open in the middle of the field. If he makes the catch, he's got the 1st down. But you're right, there's players gunning for him as soon as he catches that nonetheless.
He might have took his eye off that ball looking at what was coming.
And now Crosby ready to boot it away. Takes the snap. High kick. They'll let it go. Bounces at the 12 and goes out of bounds. Good punt that time by Crosby as it goes out of bounds at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Medina Valley deep in their own territory.
Well, both those last 2 punts have been kicked away from Bippert. He hasn't even had a chance to return them. They've been kicked on the sideline. Panthers need to get some first downs here and turn this field position game around.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Even if you don't get no points, get some first downs here. Run some clock.
Panthers come out here in the shotgun. Trips out to the right. Doyen to the left side. Gibson the lone back. 1st and 10 from the 9. Pardo in motion. Gives it. Gibson trying to bounce it outside. Falls forward. Flag, or no, actually that was a Panther towel that got thrown on the ground there. Falls forward for a gain of about 3 or 4.
That was Klump and Maples on the stop for the Mules.
2nd down and 6 upcoming after a 3-yard pickup, or a 4-yard pickup rather. And the Panthers eating up that clock, coming to the line of scrimmage here. 2-touchdown lead for the Panthers. 17-3 is your score. Trips out to the right. Panthers in the shadow of their own goalpost. Moving right to left. Marsh takes the snap to throw. Sets up, fires on a slant route, complete up to about the 23-yard line. 1st down, Medina Valley.
That's a good catch by Mason Doyen, going to his knees, just making sure he cradles that ball. Moves the chains.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. 23-yard line. Medina Valley huddling up, taking their time getting to the line of scrimmage as they should. We talked about how they needed to shorten this game. They've done a very good job of that so far in this ball game. As you're over 2.5 quarters in. Marsh out of the gun, trips out to the left side of the formation. They'll send Pardo in motion. Marsh going to keep it himself, coming to the near side, up to the 25, 30, 35, and he's brought down. 1st down for the Panthers. A good run by Charlie Marsh, picks up about 12 yards. 1st and 10, Medina Valley, as they move the chains again.
Osingaro on the stop, but he just followed Gibson right around the end. Good job by the receivers blocking downfield.
Up to the 36-yard line.
This is the drive you need right here,
Yeah,
Jared.
absolutely.
This could be a nail driver right here.
Yeah, if you can eat a lot of clock down here and get some points on top of it.
Get yourself 3 scores up.
Out of the gun, Marsh with 4 wide. Takes that snap, give to Gibson. Right up the gut. He's not going to get much that time. Looked like he had a hand on his face mask there. Never got called, but maybe a pickup of only a yard.
Arnold and Fulton getting up from the pile for the Mules. That's okay. You're softening up that middle every time 45 pounds that ball in there.
2nd down and 9 upcoming here for Medina Valley. Ball gets up to the 37-yard line.
You've accomplished one thing. You've shifted the field position around.
Trips out to the right for the Panthers. Doyen by himself to the left. Marsh takes the snap, pulls it in himself, going to run it up to the 40, 45. 1st down, Medina Valley. Gets across to about the 42-yard line. Another good run by Marsh, and the Panthers keep moving that chain and eating that clock.
Galindo and Asagero once again. Good job by James Gibson carrying out that fake.
1st down, 10 to go. Ball at the 48-yard line of Medina Valley. They try to get across midfield. 2:49 to go here in the 3rd quarter and counting. Panthers with a 17-3 lead over the Mules.
Looks like you have some tired defensive linemen out there for
Yeah,
Alamo
they've
Heights.
got their hands on their hips, and they've been out there a long time in this ball game. Out of the gun, Marsh. 4 wide receivers, Pardo in motion. They're going to flip it to Pardo, trying to get outside, up across midfield, and he's going to get dragged down at around the Alamo Heights 48-yard line. Picks up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 upcoming.
Galindo and Klump on the stop. James Gibson with a good block
And
outside.
and you got a player down on the Alamo Heights sideline. And Medina Valley going over there to tend to that young man. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
Double T Outfitters offers deer, dove, turkey, quail, and exotic hunts in Southwest Texas on over 20,000 low-fenced acres. They facilitate professional guide services, lodging, and fantastic meals while providing the best in Southwest hunting. Contact Double T Outfitters to find out details about their current package hunts. Contact owner Brett Ferguson at 210-413-1597 or online at doublethunting.com.
Truck Month is back at North Park Chevrolet, San Antonio's highest-rated Chevrolet dealership, where you'll get upfront posted pricing with no surprise dealer add-ons. Like on the 2020 Colorado Crew Cab V6, posted at $25,995, plus 3.63% financing for 75 months. Or the all-new 2020 Silverado Texas Edition, posted at only $29,999, or lease for just $330 a month with 0 down. Plus, get a no-charge spray-in bed liner and window tint. With deals like these, it's easy to see why more people are buying from North Park Chevrolet than ever before. Find new roads and experience Chevrolet, the North Parkway, a proud member of the K-Leg Auto Group, and a J.D. Power 2019 Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Highest rated dealer based on sales volume and customer satisfaction. Call 210-640-3184 for full price details. For J.D. Power 2019 DOE information, visit jdpower.com/DOE.
The injured player up comes to the Panthers sideline with a little bit of help, and we're ready to go back to work here. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 with 2:14 to go here in the third quarter. Ball at the Alamo Heights 48-yard line. Panthers with it, moving right to left. Marsh out of the gun. He's got trips out to the left side. Charlie takes the snap, hands it. No, he keeps it up the middle. Fake that handoff to Gibson, and he goes forward for a gain of, looks like, about 5 yards. No, they give him the first down, 6-yard gain. It'll be 1st and 10 Panthers.
Irwin and Gunn on the stop. I tell you what, this is probably one of the best jobs Charlie has done reading that, whether they hand it off or keep it. He has done some damage.
Garza brings the play in from the sideline. 18 on the play clock. Panthers with plenty of time as they come to the line of scrimmage.
No need to get in a rush.
No, minute 35 to go here in the ball game. Or rather in the third quarter, sorry about that. Send a man in motion, give to Gibson. Made the first man miss, gets across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8. They spot him at the 40.
And Arnold on the stop, but that's a good job of Gibson avoiding the first tackler in there, sidesteps him in the backfield and was able to get 2 yards positive for the Panthers.
You know, I don't think he got very good spot there. I know it's only a yard, but he looked like he fell forward to the 39-yard line.
I thought he was over the 40.
They spot him right at the 40-yard line, though. 2nd down and 8, under a minute to go, third quarter. Medina Valley on the move here. This drive started at their own 9-yard line. They're down to the Heights 40. Takes the snap, run the option, right side. Marsh keeps it himself. Not going to get much, maybe 2 yards on the play.
Drugged down from behind by number 75, Curtis Gunn.
Yeah, and they'll have to snap the ball one more time here in the quarter, but it's going to be 3rd down and 6 upcoming. As they bring the play in from the sideline here. Big 3rd down here for the Panthers. So 3rd down out of the gun. Trips out to the left. Gibson the lone back. Takes that snap. Marsh to throw. Under pressure, screen pass, middle of the field. Haney makes a man miss across the 30, 1st down and more. Into the open field, down to the 10, down to the 5. Dragon players, touchdown, Medina Valley.
Got a flag down, though. Got a flag down at the 30.
There's a flag down at the 30, at the 28-yard line.
Right when Haney broke out of containment. Good run after the catch, but this is going to come back.
Yep, here, I think you're right, Maury. This is going to come back, and there is a flag laying at the 28-yard line. What a run after the catch by Braden Haney, though, but unfortunately you're going to take 6 points off the board here for the Panthers.
You're going to get 3rd down over because it's going to be a spot foul holding. He's actually going to move it past the 1st down marker, but they're going to move it back. You're going to have probably a 3rd down in that same 6. No, actually, wow.
A 3rd down and 8 to go. So 3rd and 8 upcoming. Ball moves back to the 38-yard line of Alamo Heights. And the clock shows 0 here.
Well, if it's an offensive, it goes to the next quarter, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You just can't end on a defensive penalty.
On a defensive one, it goes, you got to have an untimed down.
Well, the clock shows 0 here, and we're waiting to see what happens, and they're going to run an untimed down, I believe. 15 on the play clock.
I thought it was only on a defensive penalty, but I could be. Evidently, we're wrong.
It is. You can end the game on offense. You can't on defense. Out of the gun with trips. 3rd down and 6 to go. Takes a snap. Marsh keeping it. Trying to get to the outside. Trying to turn the corner to the 35. Puts his shoulder down, and he might have got the first down. He laid a lick into one of the defensive backs for Alamo Heights, and he gets the first down.
35, Jason Veal. Welcome to Charlie Marsh right there.
How about Marsh with that hard run? Your quarterback putting the shoulder right into him and driving him backwards, and that'll end the 3rd quarter of play.
On an exclamation point right there.
And your score after 3, Medina Valley 17, Alamo Heights 3. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Broadcasting for Medina Valley, the state of Texas, America, and
space. A final frontier.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Orem Stadium. As we go to the 4th quarter, Medina Valley leading Alamo Heights 17-3. As we flip sides of the field, the Panthers now moving left to right. Ball at the 31-yard line of Alamo Heights. 1st down and 10 for the Panthers as Marsh out of the gun. Trips out right for Medina Valley. Charlie takes the snap, gives to Gibson, trying to turn it upfield across the 25, and he's brought down around the 24-yard line. Picks up about 6 yards there, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and short for the Panthers.
Parker Klump on the stop. Gibson with a good hard run. They'll give him
7
yards.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. Ball to the 24-yard line. And, Maury, this drive started at the 9-yard line for the Panthers, and they've eaten a lot of clock up on this drive, and they've methodically moved the football.
They went over 5 minutes now in this drive.
Trips out to the left, Doyen to the right side. Looks like he's lined up off sides. They're going to keep the ball up the middle with Marsh, and he's going to have a 1st down, gets to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 Panthers. You know, the cornerback on Doyen over here, literally right in his face, looks offside.
Yeah, Arnold and Veal on the stop, but it keeps the clock moving. Chain stretched out once again.
11:08 and counting to go here in the ball game. They'll bring in the play from the sideline.
The clock is your ally right now.
Absolutely. Big thing here for Medina Valley, just finish this drive off. Finish strong
with
here.
Some kind of points.
Got Trips out to the left. Takes the snap. Marsh to throw. Sets up, fires up the middle, and there was nobody there. Marsh took a hit very late, no call. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Dangerous pass there across the middle in traffic.
There were 3 blue jerseys around and no white jerseys in sight.
Snyder now coming in on the offensive side of the ball.
10:44 to go. Clock stopped with the incompletion. 2nd down, 10 to go.
Timeout now is going to be called by Medina Valley as the clock was winding down, the play clock.
Yeah, and it looked like they couldn't get the right personnel in the ballgame there. And this timeout brought to you by Peerless Equipment Company. That's the first timeout taken by Medina Valley here in the half. They have 2 remaining. Alamo Heights still with all 3 of theirs. But you got a 2nd down and 10 upcoming here from the 20-yard line. This drive started at the 9, and Medina Valley, this has been a great drive so far, but you got to get something to show from this here, because if you go up 3 scores against them, it's going to be very hard for them to come back after they've eaten this clock.
Especially with the way you're controlling the ball when you get the ball on the offensive side.
Yep.
You know, the 17 points for Medina Valley, Jared, is not really a surprise. The surprise is the 3 on the other side when you're holding a high-powered offense like Alamo Heights through 3.5 quarters, nearly 3.5 quarters to 3 points.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Maury. That, you know, when I came in here, I was thinking Alamo Heights would have about 20 points or so, 20, 30 points, and Medina Valley would have to outscore them. Not the case, as Medina Valley's defense has played very well in this ballgame, shut them down.
It's imperative right here or the Panthers get some more points and go up by 3 scores.
On 2nd and 10 out of the timeout with 4 wide, Marsh drops the football, picks it up, and he's not going to be able to do anything with it but take the sack back at the 30, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 20.
Arnold with probably the biggest play for Alamo Heights so far, as that's going to take the Panthers out of field goal range also.
And if you're Marsh there,
but you got to be in 4-down territory right here.
Well, and if you're Marsh, you just got to throw that ball away. I mean, after the fumble, picked it up, tried to roll out, still tried to make something out of the play, but there was nothing to do there. Takes the sack. It's actually a loss of 9. They spotted at the 29-yard line. It's 3rd and 19 here for Medina Valley.
If you could get about 10 yards here, you might be in field goal range.
They'll send a man in motion. Give to Gibson right up the middle, trying to get down to the 25-yard line, and he's going to get stood up around the 26.
Galindo and Veal on the stop.
And here comes Pablo Sandoval, trying to make this a 20-3 ball game. 9:42 to play in the ball game. That's going to be a 42-yarder.
He has the leg, no doubt about it.
Clendenin the holder, Marty the snapper. This would be a 42-yard attempt. The ball is on the right hash mark. He's good from 23 so far in the ball game. High snap, they get it down, and that kick is not a good one. It might have been partially blocked.
It was blocked.
It was partially blocked at the line of scrimmage. No good. So with 9:15 to go, your score still 17-3, and Alamo Heights getting the ball. Still a lot of time in this game. Your defense still has to come up big.
Well, that was a momentum builder for Alamo Heights as the Panthers were down close to inside the red zone there, and another time just couldn't finish the drive.
Well, and think about it, Maury. One play turned that whole drive there. You know, Marsh not able to hold on to the snap, takes a 9-yard sack on the play, and then a blocked field goal right after that, and here comes Heights onto the field. They're going to stick with Crosby as their quarterback. 3 wide out to the right, takes the snap, looking to throw. Swings it out, Flesher out of the backfield to the 25-30, tries to shake a tackle, and he gets up to about the 33-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Weir and Tomaselli on the stop for Medina Valley.
2nd down and 2, rather. Gain of 8 on the play. 2nd and 2 upcoming. Heights right back to the line of scrimmage. Empty backfield here for Crosby. They got 5 wide receivers in all. Takes the snap, throws quickly out to Proctor right side, up to the 30, 35. Gets taken down around the 37-yard line. 1st down for the Mules.
Snyder and Grove on the stop for Medina Valley.
Gets it up to the 30. Looks like they'll spot him at the 38-yard line.
Looked like Proctor had a little bit more room, but good job by Snyder and Grove.
1st and 10 here for the Mules. Trips out to the left. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Sets up, fires deep down the right side to Voorhees, and there's going to be pass interference against the Panthers. Got some bump on that left side when he threw the football, and Voorhees wasn't able to get to it, and they're going to get pass interference here.
Little up and out, and that might be the smart job by Tanner Bippert there.
Yeah.
Got caught up in the action, and the defender was going behind him, and that was probably a touchdown-saving penalty there for Medina Valley.
Well, they're going to step it off here. 8:30 to go, and as we said, this offense can strike quickly. They were down 13 to Lockhart late in that ball game. Scored twice in a minute and a half just to win it and to get overtime, and then won the ball game.
Yep.
So they can strike quickly. They move this ball to the Medina Valley 46-yard line. They'll have trips out to the left. Crosby out of the pistol. Flesher is his lone back. 8:30 to play, ball game, 17-3, Panther lead. Out of the gun, takes the snap, looking to throw. With some time, sets up, fires right side. Voorhees makes the catch at the 35, and he's pushed out of bounds, but a 1st down, 11-yard pickup, and Alamo Heights continues to move the ball.
Bippert forcing him out of bounds. No yards after the catch, but he got just enough past the yardage needed.
Out of the gun here, Crosby. Trips to the left. Low snap, picks it up, fires to Voorhees. Incomplete, tipped in the air. Good coverage on the play. It'll be incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Bippert getting his hand in there, forcing the ball away from the receiver. Bippert giving up a few inches in size there out on the corner.
Yeah, Voorhees very tall there.
Voorhees is a big receiver out there.
They'll come here on 2nd down and 10. Crosby in the pistol. Trips out to the left. Voury's by himself to the right. They'll send him in motion right to left. Takes the snap, runs the option right side. Flesher gets to the edge to the 35, the 30, and a flag comes flying in late here, and it's going to be a hold against Alamo Heights.
Well, it might be a personal foul on the Panthers.
Why? What did you see?
Taking the quarterback down after he pitched.
I mean, he was hitting him as he pitched it.
I know, but I'm telling you, you're at Alamo Heights.
Yeah, I mean, if they call that, that's awful. He's a ball carrier.
Well, we'll see.
We're waiting as the referees, they're huddled up on the Alamo Heights sideline talking it over. And we'll see what the call is from the referee. Still waiting. They're talking
They're
things
going to
over.
move it against
Yeah,
Medina Valley.
personal foul against the Panthers.
That's what I
You got to be kidding me. He's a ball carrier. He got hit as he was pitching it. You can tackle him.
I'm telling you, you're at Alamo
He's
Heights.
a ball carrier. I don't understand that. He's not at that point, he's not a quarterback.
Seen it too many times.
So it's going to be 1st down and 10 for Alamo Heights. They haven't moved the chains yet, and they're still talking over where they're going to spot the football, I believe. Referee still conferring here. Now they're going to talk to Coach Crisp here. He wants an explanation of what's going on. He's probably saying the same thing we are. He's a ball carrier.
Yeah, he flipped the ball.
I mean, what?
At the last minute, and Ferguson took him down.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want him to do? Let him run around there and keep the ball and get the end?
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason he pitched the ball, is because he stepped up to make the tackle.
Yep, exactly. But it's going to be 15 yards.
Look at here. They're taking him all the way down to the 16-yard line. Down to the Panther 16-yard line. Oh, my.
Long ways from over.
Yep. Out of the pistol here, Crosby with trips out to the left. 8:14 to go. Crosby looking to throw. Fires deep down the right side, and that's going to be incomplete. Batted away by, is that Bippert on the
coverage out there.
Good job. That was Voury's, and it was one of those he wanted to throw it up, but it was right on the sideline. Bippert did a good job.
You know, a lot of hand fighting, and, you know, at the last minute, Voorhees shoved Bippert in the back, you know.
Yep. 2nd down and 10 here.
He's out on an island out there by himself on that big receiver. Needs some help over the top.
You're right. In Alamo Heights, no matter what happens here, they have to go for it on 4th down 2 touchdowns. A field goal does them no good. Out of the gun, takes a snap. Crosby to throw. Sets up, fires deep to the end zone. He's got a man right there, and he comes knocked away by Tomaselli at the last minute. Made a good play, and they throw a flag. You got to be joking on that. Oh, my goodness.
Tomaselli with the play of the year out there, knocking the ball loose, and they're going to get an interference call? No. Are you kidding me?
He got there as the ball got there. He actually got his hand to the football first and knocked it away.
Are we playing in Uvalde or what?
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Cannot believe that. And because that's in the end zone, are they going to wave the pen? No. He waved the flag in the air a few times. We're going to see what the referee says.
No, they're just marking it off.
Yep, absolutely.
You got to be kidding me.
Wow. Down to the 2-yard line because it happened in the end zone. Because it happened in the end zone, they get the ball at the 2-yard line. That's the rule on pass interference. So 1st and goal with 8:03 to go for the Mules. Crosby from the gun. Flesher the lone back. Low snap, picks it up, throws it deep to the end zone. They're going to throw pass interference on that. No, that was pass interference. You can say that he had him. He was not looking for the football, and he was still blocking him to the back of the end zone when the ball was in the air. That is pass interference, but it's going to be another 1st down and goal from the 1-yard line now.
Not your fault, Mikey. Not your fault. Not your fault. Good job.
1st down, goal to go. Crosby out of the gun. Flesher is lone back, out of the pistol rather. 3 wide out to the left. Proctor in the slot receiver position out left side. Close to the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap. Rolling right. Crosby looking to run, and he's going to get dropped for a loss back around the 7-yard line. Big play for the Panther defense right there. Actually, I say that again, back to the 4-yard line, not the 7.
It looked like Joe Tarvin there for the Panthers on the stop.
I was looking at the wrong yard line.
Tarvin and Stubing on the stop.
They'll mark him at the 3. Second down and goal from the 3.
Still a loss, and it keeps the clock moving. Boy, now a turnover would be huge for the Panthers.
Yeah, it would be. Out of the pistol. 4 wide, 2 on each side. Flesher the lone back. Low snap again, looking to throw Crosby. Wheel route, back of the end zone. Proctor, did he make
out
the
of bounds?
Touchdown.
Oh, are you kidding me?
There was a wheel route to the back of the end zone, and Proctor made the catch. I don't know if his feet were in bounds. He was in the back corner of the end zone. They said he was in bounds. Touchdown, Alamo Heights, 17-9, pending the extra point. And I'm telling you, everything that could go wrong for Medina Valley went wrong right there, and it was not all Panther problem. I mean, they got some tough calls against them, especially the Tomaselli call in the end zone. That was not pass interference.
I don't know how you can defend anybody better than what number 6 was covering out there. I don't know what they were watching, but that was not pass interference.
And Bean's extra point is up and good. So with 7:17 to play in the ball game, your new score, Alamo Heights 17, Medina Valley 17, Alamo Heights 10. Still a lot of game left in this one. They can score quickly, and we saw with a little help there that they can.
Well,
and now, you're going to get the ball back. The big thing here for the Panthers, you got to eat some clock and drive the football again.
You know what kind of bothers me about this whole situation is you got a brand new head coach, a brand new what do you call it? The head of the brand new athletic director, and they're not giving him any respect at all. None at all.
No,
every call is going against Medina Valley.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, I'm sorry, that is not an interference call down there in the end zone. And that's not a personal foul roughing here on an option play. I mean, all he did was make a tackle on a ball carrier.
35 yards of penalties.
Yeah. I mean, oh, my goodness. And now they'll tee the ball up to boot it away. Number 10, Crosby, the kicker here. And, I wouldn't put it past them to try something goofy here. Try to get this ball back with the momentum. I don't think they'll do it, but I wouldn't put it past them. You got to be ready for it. I've seen stranger things in high school football. Crosby ready to boot it. Runs up, and he will put his foot into it. Drives. That'll be into the end zone for a touchback.
And come out to the 25.
So the Panthers will have 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 7:17 to go in the ball game now. And if you're Medina Valley, you gotta control the clock. You gotta move the sticks, and you gotta eat this clock and keep the football as long as you possibly can, and hopefully put up some points at the end of this.
Yeah, and momentum has shifted all the way
to Alamo Heights.
The Alamo Heights side, and it's not because Medina Valley hadn't played.
No.
They've played great, but just on the wrong side of a couple of really, really questionable calls.
Absolutely.
And I know we're Medina Valley Broadcast Network, but
no, they were bad.
They were bad.
I mean, we're being pretty fair on those. Out of the gun, Marsh. They'll send a man in motion. Give to Gibson. Makes a man miss. Stiff arm up to the 30-yard line, down to the 35. First down. Big run by Gibson. How about the stiff arm in the backfield to make that play?
How about the little extracurricular activity after the play? Parker Klump on the stop.
Number 44 linebacker for the Mules. Little extra against Gibson there. He doesn't get the first down. He's short. They actually spot him with a 9-yard gain at 2nd down and 1.
But the good stiff arm at the line of scrimmage got him 9 yards up the field.
Yeah, because they had him stopped in the backfield. He threw that stiff arm and just put his man on the ground. Out of the gun. 2 wide on either side of the formation. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. Takes the snap, man in motion. Give to Gibson. Nope, and Marsh kept it, and he's scrambling around. He's got to get rid of the football, and now he just throws it away, and there's no one in the area.
You have 2nd down and 1.
My goodness. They're not going to call him. I mean, he got the ball past the line of scrimmage. There really was no one there, and close out of the tackle box. I guess that's what they're saying there, but it's 3rd down and a yard to go.
You had 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and he's lucky he didn't get sacked at the 20-yard line.
You had 2nd and 1.
And, now it's 3rd and 1. Yeah, why aren't you just giving it to Gibson? Give it to Gibson.
Keeping the clock
moving. Get this clock moving. Get this first down. You got to get this first down. And they're stacked on the line of scrimmage here, ready for that run. Takes the snap. Marsh keeps it. First down across the 35-yard line. Did the ball come loose at the end? No.
No, he hung on to it, but there again.
Yeah, there was some at the end, a little extracurricular. No call on that play.
But it looked like they had Charlie Marsh by the face mask.
Yep, that's twice. They had Gibson earlier, and they missed that call. And
it's getting chippy down
and
there.
I'd like to point out when the officials are huddling up to talk, they're on the Alamo Heights sideline doing it.
Yep, Klump once again on the stop, but it's the stuff after the play.
First down and 10, though, for the Panthers. 6:34 to go. Out of the gun with 4 wide. Ball at the 38-yard line. Give to Gibson up the middle. Across the 40. Drive and Klump back to the 45-yard line. He got the best of Klump on that play. My goodness, a pickup of 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. What a run by James Gibson.
Is the big man running hard? Or is he running hard?
Oh, he's running hard. And, Klump kind of talked to him here on that last play, and that time Gibson said, I'm going to drive you 6 yards back after you hit me. Ball up to the 46-yard line. 5:56 to go. Medina Valley trying to eat this clock. 2nd and short. Out of the gun. Three wide outright. They'll send a man in motion. Takes the snap. Give to Gibson. Up the mid. And actually Marsh kept it. He's across midfield. 45 on the far side of the field. He had everybody psyched out right there. And he gets down to the 42-yard line of Alamo Heights. 1st and 10, Medina Valley.
Flynn with the stop, but what a job by Gibson carrying out that fake.
Yeah.
I was even fooled, thought it was in the middle.
Everybody.
And the thing about it is Gibson had the first down even without the ball, and Marsh kept it. This is exactly what the Panthers need, Jared, but you've got to finish this drive.
You have to finish this drive. Can't let them have the ball back only down by one score.
No, if you give them the ball back, you need to be ahead by 2 scores.
Yep. Trips out right, out of the gun. Marsh going to keep it himself up the middle. Gets to maybe back to the line of scrimmage there. No gain. 2nd down and 10.
That was Jacksonville on the stop. Now you just got to be sure-handed. Just need to keep the ball.
Under 5 minutes to go. 4:53 and counting. Panthers taking their time here, eating this clock down.
2 more first downs, Jared, and the ball game's over.
You're right. Yeah, well, Alamo Heights with 3 timeouts remaining still also.
Yeah.
Panthers get the play in.
But 2 more first downs would be really big.
Yep. 2nd down and 10 from the gun. Marsh trips out right. Gibson is the lone back. They'll send a man in motion. Takes the snap. Marsh going to run it himself. Cuts it up the field across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6 to go.
Glenn and Klump on the stop.
Yep, 3rd and 6. Ball down to the 38-yard line. Big 3rd down here for the Panthers. And this is probably 4-down territory here, Maury, because if you can get a first down, you can eat more clay.
Do you look for Haney on that little crossing route right over the middle?
I don't know. I might run the ball here and try to pick up 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 yards here and keep that clock eating. Out of the gun, takes the snap, gives it to Gibson. Cross the 35, down to about the 35-yard line. Only picks up 2 yards on the play.
Galindo on the stop. Let's see what the Panthers decide to do on the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up
4th and 4.
And 4.
4th and 4, ball at the 36.
And I think there's no decision here.
No.
I think you got to punt the ball.
Well, I think what Medina Valley's going to do here, they're going to run this down to the end. You might do that, but you're going to run the play clock all the way down here.
Try to get him to jump off sides.
They come to the line of scrimmage. Alamo Heights crowd trying to get into it. 3:13 and counting. Marsh out of the gun with 4 wide.
Got him!
And they got him out offside there. I don't see a flag. They throw it deep down the left side. He goes up, no catch. Where's the flags? No flags. There's no flags. They had him jumped off sides. Both defensive ends were in the neutral zone when they snapped the ball. No call. You got to be kidding me. They were both in the neutral zone when Spencer Payne snapped the football.
And Coach Crisp is out there with frustration, and I cannot blame him.
My goodness, and you got 3:03 to go, and Alamo Heights with the football at their own 36-yard line. Medina Valley's gotten 3 calls that have been absolutely horrendous.
And Charlie did the right thing. It was offsides, just throw one up.
That might be the worst of them all. Out of the gun here is Crosby. Takes the snap, looking to throw, sets up, fires, tipped. That's a fumble. Flesher has it dropped. They're going to call that incomplete.
That was a backwards pass.
Yeah, he tried to swing it to Flesher out of the backfield, threw it behind him, dropped the ball. They say it was incomplete. 2:59 on the clock. It's 2nd and 10.
J.J. Marty got a hand on it, but that definitely was a lateral. Should have been a loss of 10 yards.
Out of the pistol, Crosby. 4 wide receivers here for the Mules. Now they empty the backfield, 5 wide. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Sets up, fires over the middle. Batted down in the middle of the field. What a hit by Grant Snyder at the 41-yard line. And it's 3rd down and 10 here for the Mules.
Watch out, Grant. You're liable to get a flag thrown on you just for showing some excitement.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know what's going to happen here. Hate to say it, but the referees have been pro Alamo Heights here in this 4th quarter. Very pro. I mean, that's maybe the worst we've seen all year.
Professional.
No. 3rd down and 10 here. Empty backfield for Crosby. Out of the gun, takes the snap. Looking to throw. Sets up, fires over the middle. Batted down by Taylor Weir. Right in front of number 23 for the Mules.
And I tell you what, the official was reaching.
Yeah, and he let it go. But if he'd have thrown that, this place would have come unglued. It's 4th down and 10. Oh, I've already come unglued.
Is that why you look like Gumby?
Oh, jeez.
Hey, so, this is a big 4th down right here.
4th down and 10 here for the Mules. Ball at their own 36-yard line with 2:50 to go in the ball game. 17-10 the score. Medina Valley leading. Heights trying to come back here. And a timeout going to be taken by Alamo Heights. That's their first. They'll have 2 remaining. Timeout brought to you by Peerless Equipment. And, I want to clarify something here. We are a Medina Valley broadcast, but, I try to be – I'm for the Panthers, but I try to be pretty fair when it comes to saying, if Medina Valley does a penalty, I'm going to say they did a penalty.
We said that at the beginning of the game that we deserved a personal foul on that first one.
Yeah, but those calls were very much against, you got the interference call. You got the roughing here on a ball carrier. All you're doing is making a tackle. You had them. They jumped offside. Both defensive ends were in the neutral zone when they snapped the ball. How do no flags come out?
It's like you're giving the first-year head coach and the first-year athletic director no credit. You're not giving him no respect whatsoever. Everything has been against him. It's like he's not even standing out there.
Yeah, and it's
and I'm sorry, but I don't. That's just not right.
No, absolutely not. 2:50 to go here out of the timeout.
You got to deserve a little bit of respect. We've seen it.
Yeah.
We saw it when we had Coach Sosa, how he would lobby and would get some. It is totally opposite.
Yep.
We are on the wrong side of it.
Yep. 4th and 10 here for the Mules. Medina Valley trying to step up here as they go for it here on their own 36. Empty backfield for Crosby. Out of the gun, takes the snap, looking to throw. 3-man rush. Throws it deep right side. It's picked off! Picked off at the 50-yard line by number 14.
Devin Stubing.
That's Stubing with the interception. Second pick of the ball game for Medina Valley. And the Panthers have it 1st and 10 at midfield with 2:40 to go in the ball game.
Did you see what they did there? They dropped the defensive ends back, had 2 guys rushing, filled up all the areas where the soft spots were. Stubing drifted back in pass coverage. Interception, Jared. 1 first down and this ball game's over.
Yeah, now the big thing here is you're going to make Alamo Heights have to use their timeouts.
And they've used 1.
Yeah, they have 2 remaining. They have 2 remaining.
1 first down and the ball game's over. You can go in that victory formation. You've got to control the ball, though.
Out of the gun. Gibson, the lone back. Takes the snap. Gibson gets it. He's hit at midfield and dropped for a loss of a yard. Back to the Panther 49-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11, and timeout taken by Alamo Heights.
That was Leo Arceguera on the stop. Big defensive tackle, and that was just a smash mouth right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, Gibson's going to be credited with a loss of 1 yard.
Yeah,
1 timeout left for Alamo Heights.
Yeah, and they use 1, so they'll have 1 remaining. 2:32 left on the clock here. And, if you're the Panthers, best scenario is you don't want to give them the ball back at all.
No.
But if you do give them the ball back, it's going to be without any timeouts left.
What you need to do here is you need to run the ball, make them use their last timeout.
Yep.
And then you can run 45 more seconds off the clock. They won't get the ball with about a minute and a half left. boring, the Panthers get a first down.
Yep.
First down and the ball game's over. You go to the victory formation.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Maury. Here, you have to make them use that last timeout, and you have to eat as much of this clock as you can before they get the ball back.
You can't stop the clock on this play here.
No.
By throwing an incompletion.
No, yeah, you're exactly right.
Because right now the clock is your best friend.
Yeah, and the main thing is here is if they try to stretch this play out, stay in bounds. Have to stay in bounds. Know the situation. 2nd down and 11 from the Panther 49. Gibson the lone back. Marsh out of the gun. There's 3 wide out to the right. Gibson trying to tell him that the offense doesn't look like they know where they're supposed to be. Now out of the gun. Takes the snap. Give to Gibson. And Marsh keeps it himself. It gets across midfield to the Alamo Heights 48-yard line. Timeout taken by Alamo Heights. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers. But they're out of timeouts. 2:27 to go in the ballgame.
Galindo and Veal on the stop.
And so this timeout brought to you by Peerless Equipment Company. I want to thank all the sponsors for making it possible to do these broadcasts here. We're down to a nail-biter here deep in the ballgame. 2:27 to go. Medina Valley with the ball, 3rd down and 8, leading 17-10. Heights out of timeouts. If you're Medina Valley here, I know you want to get a first down to end this ballgame, but the biggest thing here is you've got to keep that clock moving. So do you really risk the incompletion instead of run the ball?
I don't think you do.
I don't think
you
so
get
either.
what you can. If you bust one and get a first down, fine. If not, you make them. You run off all 45 seconds and you take, or 25 or whatever. Take your timeout, set up a punt. Make sure you punt it, but when you do, make sure it goes out of bounds and don't let them return it.
Yeah, and try to pin them deep in their own territory and make them go the length of the field.
Perfect scenario is an 8-yard run here for a first down.
On 3rd and 8 out of the timeout. Trips out right. Gibson the lone back. Marsh takes the snap. Going to run the option to the left. He's going to keep it himself. Across midfield to the 45. Pushing for the first down. He might have it. He's going to be very close. It'll depend on the spot on the far sideline.
Wow, he was backing his way into the first down.
It's at the 40-yard lines where they're spotting him. First down, Medina Valley, and that's probably going to do it with 2:20 to go.
Charlie Marsh just followed Gibson around the end, and that was good running as he was met 3 yards short, and he backed his way to the first down.
Well, and we've seen him twice lower his shoulder and get extra yards at the end. 1st and 10 here. And they said he went out of bounds there. That's why the clock's not running. He went out of bounds.
That's okay.
They're going to run the play here out of the gun. Marsh. Give to Gibson. Right up the middle, trying to bounce it outside. Maybe gets a yard on the play, but nonetheless, that clock will keep running. And how about their linebackers rolling on top of Gibson when the play's over?
Arnold on the stop there.
I mean, that was classless. I mean, they were throwing themselves at Gibson while he was laying on the ground.
But 45 more seconds are going to run off the clock. Medina Valley won't have to snap this with about 1:30.
2nd down, 9 to go, 1:50 and counting here in the ball game. Panthers to the line of scrimmage. Trips out right. Gibson the lone back to the right of Marsh. They wait for that clock to go down. Marsh going to keep it. Coming to the right side. Takes a hit, and he's going to be dragged down around the 36-yard line. And I don't know what all the yelling was about there.
Because Gibson pancaked somebody on the end.
I missed that. I was watching Marsh come to this side.
He put number 34 on his back.
And so that will keep the clock running. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 with 1:12. Yeah, I missed that.
Because that was a pancake.
I heard everybody in the stands make some noise. As we go down under 1 minute to go now, 15 on the play clock, 1 minute to go in the game. Panthers to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be close to maybe not. They're going to run this all the way down and take a timeout.
Yep. And they might as well.
Because the difference in the clock, if the Panthers just run a 2-second play here, it's ball game.
Well, yeah. I mean.
Because it's 45 seconds, and you got 46.2 on the clock.
Yeah, they need to just
run a play. The ball and run back for about 5 seconds, and then it's over with.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't even have to snap it again.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd down here. Alamo Heights cannot stop the clock. And if you're the Panther, maybe Charlie Marsh just runs around in the backfield till someone gets close to him and then just lay down.
Coach Crispy showing his mathematics they're figuring out what the clock is and the play clock right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Medina Valley on the verge of ending this football game. The main thing here now, you need a clean snap.
I say you go under center.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But you haven't done that, so that's different too. You've only done it once, and that was a big fourth down conversion by the Panthers.
That's the one thing you worry about here is a clean snap. Panthers from the gun. Marsh.
I'm pretty sure Payne can do this in his sleep.
Marsh with Gibson to his left, or to his right, rather. They'll send a man in motion. Takes the snap. Give it to Gibson up the middle, across the 35 down to about the 30, short of the first down, but they're not going to have to snap the clock again as it's a 2-second difference between game clock and the play clock. And Medina Valley is going to come away with a victory here at Orem Stadium. They hold the high-powered Heights offense to 10 points, and the Panthers are going to come away with a 17-10 victory. They're over 500, 5-4 on the season, 4-2 in district play. This is a big boost toward their playoff aspirations here as Alamo Heights now with 3 losses in district play with Bernie Champion next week, and the Panthers will welcome the Tivy Antlers to Panther Stadium on Friday night.
And Jared, I'm not so much that it's an eye-opener for 17 points for Medina Valley. The eye-opener is the 10 points on the other side by a high-powered Alamo Heights. And if you can remember correctly, 10 points should have been the only points that Medina Valley gave up to a high-powered Lockhart team, if not a fumble recovery by the Lockhart Lions for 7 points.
No, you're exactly right here, Maury. And, what a huge game here for Medina Valley, coming away with a 17-10 victory as the clock shows 0. The teams shake hands in midfield. Medina Valley with a hard-fought victory here. Big job by the defense here. In that pick 6, that's the difference in the ball game is 7 points.
And I don't normally get to watch the huddle or whatever, but the replay. But I have got to watch that interference call over and over and over because I still don't understand how that was called.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there,
That was one
Maury.
of the best defensive plays I've seen by a defensive back in a long time and gets a flag on it.
Yeah, no, you're right. And on the offside, that I cannot understand the offside. My God. But Medina Valley comes away with a victory nonetheless.
Devin Stubing with a
big interception.
Interception at the end, and then the Panthers just had to run out the clock after that.
And we're going to take a break and come back to wrap things up. You're listening to Panther Football, brought to you by North Park Chevrolet, and we'll continue in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Garner Abstract and Land Company, the title company with professional service and a personal touch. Garner services real estate transactions, buying, selling, and construction loans for commercial and residential. They specialize in land development and farm and ranch. Garner offering a commitment to professionalism, confidentiality, and personal service combined with the latest technology. Garner Abstract and Land Company will work to earn your trust. Garner Abstract and Land Company, 830-346-1367.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community 80 years ago, and for 80 years we've delivered safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to be a part of this community and continue to serve beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, giving back to libraries, hosting safety presentations, and so much more. We belong to this community and are honored to do so. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at medinaec.org.
Follow us on Twitter at MVBroadNet. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Orem Stadium as Medina Valley with a victory here against the Alamo Heights Mules. It's the first time in the Panthers' history they've defeated Alamo Heights. They were 0-10 against the Mules coming into this ball game, and Medina Valley beats them here at Orem Stadium. 17-10, your final score. Panthers now 5-4 in the regular season, 4-2 in district play. And Maury, this was a ball game from the start. It was close all the way, and it came down to the final plays of this ball game.
Great job of game planning by the Panther coaches. Pushed all the right buttons, held a high-powered Heights offense to 10 points. Medina Valley with 17, 7 on the defense by the interception. J.J. Marty right before half that gave the Panthers the lead that they would never relinquish. And just looking forward, Jared, the thing that the Panthers just need to shore up one thing is just accomplish a little bit better finishing off drives because this ball game came down to the wire, and it really shouldn't have because the Panthers controlled the clock, controlled field position, everything just left it short on the scoreboard of 5 points.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Maureen. Like you said, they had the ball in the red zone twice in the first half, only came away with 3 points. Fortunately for the Panthers, that pick six by J.J. Marty ends up being the difference in this ball game. A 7-point victory for the Panthers. The defense stepping up big here for Medina Valley. They came up big at the end of the game, Stubing with the interception. But, Medina Valley only trailed 3-0 in this ball game early. They came back to tie it. They put up 17 unanswered points against Alamo Heights for a while there, and finally Heights got that touchdown in the fourth quarter. Very late.
Aided.
Yeah, very aided with some penalties. And Medina Valley, didn't relinquish the lead after they got it against this Heights team. Alamo Heights went through 3 quarterbacks trying to find somebody to do it. Crosby was doing a good job at the end of the game. But Medina Valley able to hold on in a huge, huge win here for the Panthers. And they will move ahead to next week where they welcome the Kerrville-Tivy Antlers, ranked number 9 this week.
Well, and, we got to pick a player of the game, and we'll get to that.
Well, in the post-game show here brought to you by Security State Bank. And
thank you, Mary Mangold, and all the gals and guys that work at the Security State Bank. But Jared, the one glaring factor tonight is the Panthers' open field tackles.
Yes.
And the yards not allowed after the catch and after first contact. This is probably the best tackling job all year that you've seen out of the Medina Valley defense, and they needed it tonight.
And I feel like if we're going to pick a player of the game, what do you think about Snyder and Weir and that linebacking core, or maybe Jared Marty for the interception? But it's hard because they all were flying around, pinning there. That whole defense can be your player of the game.
Then how do you, then you got James Gibson and Marsh
Yeah.
with big runs. Charlie Marsh with 3 big runs.
Oh, my
goodness. 2 of them to get you first downs, one at the end of the game to where you could just run out the clock. I just want to give it to the whole Panther team tonight.
Absolutely. Because, when you look at it, this was a team effort win. Everybody contributed, the defense, the offense. And like you said, Charlie Marsh putting his shoulder down a couple of times, running over some linebackers for Alamo Heights to get first downs and keep the chains moving. He ran just as hard as Gibson sometimes tonight.
And I know they're not the players, but I got to give an A+ to the coaching staff too, because they had the kids ready to go, and the adjustments at half that Jeff talked about. You only give Alamo Heights high-powered offense 7 points. After they could make the adjustments at halftime.
Yeah.
The coaching staff should get kudos also.
Marsh rushed for 91 yards in the second half alone. And, that Medina Valley, they only scored on 1 possession here in the second half. But the two long drives they have, they ate a lot of clock, a blocked field goal down on one of them, a partially blocked field goal. But, they ate a lot of clock, and we talked about shortening this ball game for the Panther offense. They did just that. They shortened this game. They limited Alamo Heights' possession, and when Alamo Heights had the football, they weren't able to get in that offensive rhythm that they've been able to get in other football games earlier this year, and give credit to the defense for disrupting that.
And I'm trying to think of what the biggest chunk play was for Alamo Heights, and I cannot remember. I think
it was only like 11 or 15 yards, something like that. Yeah.
Well, no, I was going to say the biggest chunk play was the interference in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to throw the ball downfield.
Because that was a 19-yard penalty because they got it on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and when you look at it here, your Charlie Marsh rushed for 120 yards in the ball game. James Gibson rushed for 135 yards, 84 of those in the second half. And, that just a tone. When you can rush the ball like that for 255 yards in the ball game, or, you're going to eat up some clock and some first downs, and that's exactly what the Panthers did. And they had to do that against this kind of offense, and they shortened this game against them, and they come away with the victory. Want to give some scores from around the district here. Uvalde beating Kennedy 56-7. Kerrville-Tivy beats Lockhart 31-13. And then Medina Valley over Heights 17-10, and Bernie Champion shutting out Memorial 52-0. And when you look ahead, the Panthers have Kerrville-Tivy coming to town. Alamo Heights, they have to go to Bernie Champion. Heights could be left out of the playoff picture. They have to beat Champion next week to even be considered to be in the playoffs. And Lockhart with that loss, and Lockhart going to Uvalde where anything can happen.
Yep.
So a big week next week for the whole district pretty much going into those games. 3 of those games are going to be huge ones, and the other one's Kennedy playing Memorial.
I know it's a tough task, but the Panthers control their own destiny. If you beat Kerrville-Tivy, you're basically in and don't have to ask for any help.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big challenge.
It's a big task on hand. Tivy, they're a better team than last year, I believe. I have not seen them play, but from what I've been watching and seeing, they're better than what they were last year. Medina Valley was only a play or two away from having that game go their way. And so, that's just a big game, and it's an exciting one. And I'd like to remind everybody that Tuesday night, the volleyball team will start their playoff run against the Highland Owls at South San Durbin Center at 7:30 Tuesday night. That game will be live here on the Medina Valley Broadcast Network. Dwayne Garza and Jeff Stivers will bring you all the action there, and then you can tune in Wednesday night to our show, Sports for Supper. We'll be live at 7 o'clock from Sammy's Restaurant. One more thing I need to read here for the sports boosters. The Medina Valley Athletic Boosters are currently in the middle of our major fundraiser for the year, which is 30 prizes in 30 days. We have 1,000 tickets to sell, and these funds go towards scholarships and help supplement supplies for each of our teams. This year we gave $10,000 in scholarships and gave back over $10,000 to our sports teams. Your support is appreciated. You can purchase tickets at Jukes, Hillside Boutique Hotel, Community National Bank in Casterville and Lacoste, 3D Landscaping, MV Panther Store, Minute Grain and Feed Store, volleyball and middle school football concession stands, or send us a message via Facebook. We will begin the raffle when all 1,000 tickets are sold. You can follow MV Athletic Boosters on Facebook and Medina Valley Athletic Booster Club. Best of luck to all our Panther teams. And Maury, big win here for the Panthers, 5-4 now on the season, 4-2 in district play. If Medina Valley takes care of business against Tivy, they're in the playoffs. And if they lose that game, they can still be in the playoffs. And we will get all those scenarios worked out and go over those Wednesday night on the show. Any last thoughts here, Maury?
I just want to wish all the hunters who are going out tomorrow morning have a safe hunt. And remember, identify what you're shooting before you pull the trigger.
Yes.
That is the number one rule in hunting. Make sure you know
what you're shooting
at and what your surroundings are. And also want to remind everybody, Saturday night, Sunday morning is daylight savings time, 2 a.m. The clock falls backwards. So remind everybody to change their clocks. What I usually do, Jared, is before I go to sleep on Saturday night, I usually change it right away.
Yeah, absolutely. I do that too.
But with that said, Jared, you couldn't have wrote a better script for this football game. The Panthers held a high-powered offense to 10 points. Did a job on offense, eliminating the possessions for Alamo Heights, shortening the game up, and great win. That's all I can say. Great
absolutely.
win.
And your final here tonight from Orem Stadium, Medina Valley 17, Alamo Heights 10. For Maury Stein and Jeff Stivers, I'm Jared Lucky saying good night, God bless, and we will see you next time when